this up because there is always a clear answer. And you only
Greetings. Welcome. Hello, 100 ABC TV.
All you need is virtuose
Spike and Boo are talking. Greetings, Lansley. That is... You can't talk over the konnichiwa. That is a very cute Pikachu eating a cookie. I have no idea what this bit is. I was out of the room when they started.
You know, it is with every passing moment of this segment, one wonders how we're still syndicated on the air.
With every passing moment, I wonder if you're ever going to let me back in the field, sports.
Oh, they're doing some kind of news broadcaster segment.
Word about a wife, present or past, from any member
So, I've decided that the two games that I'm going to cover for the finale of GDQ are going to be Super Mario 64, The Task Run, which is coming up next, and then The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past Run, which is after that. I'm not going to be watching the Clair Obscur Expedition 33, because I was in the middle of the game. Sorry about that. And I haven't finished it yet. And I have not watched anything about how that game ends, so as not to spoil it. So I'm not going to be watching the actual end of the marathon, because I'm not going to watch the final game. Adif is a character. But yeah, like, maybe this 4 hours of stuff, I'm going to watch, because Super Jam World 3 seems pretty interesting, and the event recap seems pretty fun too, right? But the final event, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I'm not going to be watching because I haven't finished the game yet. I think I found a place that can legit repair my PS5. I'm gonna send in a quote and see how much it would cost. I think worst case scenario it would cost like $300, and if that's the case, I'm going to see about what it would take to get that started. If they if they have like a look at fee where they can look at the system and see what's wrong with it to give me the actual price. Because I know that they're going to have to replace some components on the board. And I've been watching a bunch of the videos of the guy fixing different parts of of PlayStation 5 boards that are having this problem. And he points to different components. He's like, could be this component, could be that component, could be that component. This component costs $9, that component costs $10. This component costs $15. That component costs $109. I'm like, huh. So I wanted to be anything but that.
Like, do we clap? Do we say trans rights? That's on me. I'm a bad conductor.
So, yeah.
We did get $250 here from Squiga that came in towards the end of the run there. I definitely wanted to shout out. They said, greetings from a crypt of the Necrodancer speedrunner.
And if it's the $109 component that's fried on it, that's the $300 repair right there.
Incredible game, genuinely. Any crypt fans in the audience? Or there we go. I was like, please make noise.
These little animated things they have up here are really, really cool. Because they're tied into the donator, the donation thing, and they're tied into Twitch chat.
Like, I'm not the only one that was super impressed by that, right?
Like this one right here, QWOP. This is going off of what they're typing in chat to make that game work.
There we go, $250 here from the Nerd Wonder. They clearly agreed with me. They said, because a max combo impossible blindfolded crab rave deserves at least this. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Q-Wop.
Over 25,000 total donations and counting. We're realistically reaching 26,000.
I've never seen.
That's truly incredible.
I've never seen the little dude
So close to that 1.7.
get past the finish line. They've had that for a couple of years now. I've never seen the dude, like, he'll fall forward sometimes, but he never makes progress. Cookie Clicker. You ever played Cookie Clicker? I played some Cookie Clicker.
So special about like a finale day energy, as if like
It was all the rave, like,
but the finale day especially
10 years ago.
so full already,
Hey, 10 years ago, everybody was playing Cookie Clicker.
and closer to Expedition 33.
It still exists. It's still out there. It's got like a Steam version now, but like, why would you get the Steam version when you just go play the web version for free? I don't understand that. I don't get the Spyro gem set there. It's just 5 normally cut gems that are different colors, and they're like really tiny. When all of the Chaos Emeralds in, not Chaos Emeralds, the gems in Spyro, all of the gems in Spyro are cut the same way, and they're like much bigger. So why not just like make them out of resin and then have like the whole set in the proper cut at the proper size? Yeah. I don't know. That's what the guy did with the rupees in the rupee set.
There we go. And I always love listening to you yap about
I normally get the SGDQ t-shirts from the Yeti, but I wasn't able to get the last one. I'm not going to be able to get this one, which is sad. I'm sad. How did this happen? Has anybody seen that little Bill Woods video? The history of everything, I guess. Something like that. It's a fantastic little video. So up next we got Super Mario 64. It's a 120-star TAS. I've never seen a TAS of a Nintendo 64 game. Like every TAS that I've seen has been of a game of the 2D variety. I've never seen a 3D TAS. So this is gonna be really interesting. Super Mario 64 would probably be one of the easier games to do a TAS for, because of how normalized the controls are and how easy it is to perform. I say easy because Super Mario 64 has a really high skill ceiling, but then it also has a really low barrier to entry. You can learn the tricks needed to perform Super Mario 64 speedrunning very, very quickly and put up a fairly decent time. But mastering those tricks in order to get high on the leaderboard, that's the ticket, and that's what takes a minute. But I was doing speedrun stuff in Mario 64 back in the 90s. Like that star on Tall Mountain, I figured out like 6 or 7 different ways to get out to the Lonely Mushroom, besides the cannon. You can long jump from the log, you can long jump from the ledge where the cloud is, you can long jump from the top of the mountain, you can use the box to bounce off the wall, you can do a backflip from on top of the mole area
what makes
and
these
land
games
out there.
truly special, truly incredible, truly unforgettable.
And I
truly
think there's a
something
way to
so
use the
worth
wind
being present
to get
for
out there
in any
too,
way that I can.
but I don't
Witnessing
remember.
friends seeing each other for the first
And then
time
of
in
course
many
you can
months, so
blast out
excited
there
to
with the
say hello,
cannon.
they embraced and jumped around together without
Oh, and you can
world.
get out there with the
To
Shy
watch
Guy.
two
If you
runners
jump on the
talk to a
Shy
little
Guy,
girl
you
in
can
attendance
spin and
together a
float
piece
out
of
there.
hand-drawn art
I feel
and
like
taking a
7
photo
different
with her,
ways to get
truly
out
making
there
her
to that.
night. To a very deep moment of connection with every single person in this venue yesterday and at home.
I know
as
that's
well, as we
technically
watched
not
the documentary on
speedrunning,
Gaza
but
and heard the amazing
yeah.
words of Spike afterwards. Every day this week, I've happened to be in the exact
I
right
have
place.
all of this Claire Expedition stuff.
1.7 million.
And it looks
Let's
like it
go.
might be in
I'm actually the right place
French.
now.
They're the resin rupees I was
I've
talking
been in the exact
about.
right place at the exact right time to see something that
See,
really
they're,
put it into
they're nice.
perspective for me.
They
Just how
still look
important
like
these
crystal,
events
and
like SGDQ
they're the
are
proper
to
color
so many
and cut the
people.
proper
We
way.
not only help countless people around the world by supporting MSF, but we continue to foster an incredible community in person and online. I've watched that chat. We've helped give people a place to come together. To
Long
be
Lawn
themselves,
Ranch
to
and
spend time
Chateau
with those they
Romani
love, and share something
candles.
that is truly one of a kind.
I wonder
I've said it
if
a few
they're
times
milk
through this
flavored
video, but I will
candles.
emphasize it just once more here. The only way any and all of this is possible is because we do it together. Together we break games, together
Well,
we
neither
break
are the
together
gems
we
in
share
Spyro.
happiness and excitement and memes that couldn't have come into existence anywhere else. Together, we raise millions of dollars time after time to make sure that every person around the world, no matter who
Devil
and
May
where they
Cry
are,
3
has that chance
guitar.
to be safe, happy, and healthy. To have that chance to be able to express themselves as they wish, to share in similar special moments with their loved ones,
Pokemon
and to
card
create their
bundle.
own unforgettable moments in the things they get to do in life. It is together, all of us, both in person
You
and
see right here?
online, around
Those
the
are
world,
not the
that
gems in
have
Spyro.
in this present
Those are
day
just
that has made
traditional
games,
gems.
events what they are, and continue to loudly fight for those who may need a helping hand. It is together that you all
And because I think they
actually
actually are real gems, and because they're real gems, they're really tiny.
Thankful to each and every one of you. So together, all of us,
Not-
please enjoy
at least three of those gems are not very expensive. One looks like a ruby, but it could be quartz or it could be sapphire, and either of those would be cheaper than ruby. One looks like an emerald, but once again, it could be ruby or sapphire because they also come in green. And in either of those cases, I suppose it could also be citrine. The purple one is almost like definitely amethyst.
Truly incredible.
The light blue one would be aquamarine.
Get even more filled with that.
And the yellow one would be like either a scarlet or maybe a quartz. Garnet. Did I say scarlet? I meant garnet. Scarlet. What was I thinking?
Take it away.
Oh, here we go.
Hello, everybody. I am absolutely delighted to be here presenting the live premiere of the Super Mario 64 120-star tool-assisted speedrun. It has been so long in the works. The last 120 task was made 14 years ago. It has just been so
Wow.
long. We've all been just so excited to be showing this off here today. I'm Palix, I'm the lead author of the project, and I'm joined by...
I'm Crackex, I'm also one of the authors.
I'm Xander, I'm also one of the authors, and I've been a task competition host over the years.
And I'm OneTed59, also been a task competition host.
Yeah.
I don't think there is any reason to drag this out any longer, so...
Game's done quick, are you ready? Give me
Let's
a
get a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go!
3, 2, 1, and he hits a button. And that's his job for the whole run.
120-star task. So,
Did he adjust the
120 stars,
camera?
What does that mean? We're going to be getting every single star in the game and beating the final Bowser. There's going to be a couple things that we do, or that we don't do, I should say, that the RTA speedrun does. And you'll see some of those throughout later in the run. We do a little bit of a different route than what RTA does, and you'll see that straight out of the gate as soon as we go with Lakitu. Here's the castle.
Now, one of the most important mechanics of the game is that Mario's jump height is
How do I
proportional to his
hide
horizontal speed.
chat
So
now?
the faster we go,
the higher we'll jump. And if we're moving backwards, we'll actually jump down. And as we meet our protagonist, please everyone greet Mario.
There we go.
Say hello to Mario. Hello, Mario.
I'm Mario.
Now, also,
You adjusted the camera
jump speed backwards
during the
uncapped, and
princess.
long jumps multiply your speed. So we're going to make our way over to here, use this steep slope to backwards long jump repeatedly, and jump downwards into vanish cap under the moats.
So now inside
I've
the
seen that
we're
on
going to go over all of
real
these
time.
Red coins here. We're going to getting these reds, cut the corner all the way up using that slope. Barely make it over here, do a glitch.
That is
wall
also
kick onto the
possible
side,
RTA.
Wall kick into the fifth, and then on the side of these to be able to get up all the way into the final red coin.
And now we're actually moving so fast. We're moving so fast that we don't need to jump over this. We can make it through with the vanish cap.
One down.
And
Okay,
now that we
the
are in
last
the
bit was
moat-
impressive.
Oh no, we're in the moat. So the fastest way out of here is actually to save and quit. And that allows us to get back to the file select menu and just load right back in out up here.
And now we're going to build up some speed on this slope here. And we don't even need to worry about skipping Lakitu because we already have 1 star. And now we don't like entering doors very much in this. So you're going to see some fast travel. We'll make our way to the stairs and just backwards long jump to Cool Mountain right off the gate.
All right, it is the first main course star. It is slip sliding away. We're going to be doing some really clean movement straight into this chimney here. Normally you go all the way down the slide. This is tool assisted. We're not doing that. We're going into a triple jump straight into a glitch wall kick over this wall, falling right down. We can't actually clip from the top because the ceiling is in the way. So we have to clip through the side wall there, and we just skip the entire slide in one go.
I did not realize that the other house is directly below the top
We're
one.
directly into the star.
Next up is the 100 coin star, and we're going to be pairing it with the big penguin race. You'll see this coming right up. We're going to collect a few coins outside of the race before going into it.
So we start off by going over here to this
Okay,
red
this should
coin.
be good.
Going down here, sliding backwards, missing 1 coin here intentionally, going down to the blue coin switch.
And we're going to use an invisible ceiling to cancel the upwards momentum of our backwards long jump, repeatedly backwards long jump. See up to slide up the slope and get into the race.
And now for this penguin race, this penguin actually rubber bands to where Mario is in the level. So we want to go as low as possible. So we're intentionally not jumping here except for these coins. We need to go as low as possible to get them. And the lower we go, the faster the penguin goes. So we're going really low here. We're going to get hit with the penguin to get a little bit of extra speed.
So we're falling here again, just making some perfect racing lines. Lots of effort went into finding the right.
And we fall off there just to get a little tiny bit lower so the penguin goes slightly faster. Now we have to catch the penguin. It's going to be close.
It's not going to be
With a glitchy
close.
wall kick to boot, we beat the penguin.
Oh, that was slick though.
Now during these text boxes, this is actually the penguin is walking to the right spot, and you're going to see some dust kick up here. This is actually RNG manipulation. Genuinely, anytime you see dust, it advances the RNG. So this is done all throughout the run for all of the coins that spawn.
4.
Up next, we
You've
got
never
Will.
played this game, so you have no idea what's
This little
happening.
penguin loss is a fun one. We're supposed to go all the way.
I shall
down,
have to
but
play it on the
yeah,
channel.
We're going to do things a little bit differently. We actually start off by triple jumping up here to the top, grabbing the penguin, grabbing it hands-free. We have it held. It's not actually Mario's hand. Going all the way down the mountain, and the hands-free allows us to jump and go directly into the penguin. It's still technically in Mario's hands.
That
but it serves
that's
to
an
go directly into the
RTA.
star.
RTA means real time.
Rusty slide coins.
Sorry.
All right, this
I still have a little bit of a cough that I'm trying to fight down.
First up, we're going to go to the tree, side flip, grab
But whereas TAS is basically they're advancing frame by frame and choosing the best input on every frame. RTA means you're doing it in real time as the game runs. Like that what they're doing right there, that is not RTA viable. So you can't do that in real time. But what he did with the penguin when he grabbed it and jumped off the thing and slid down the side of the mountain, that's the actual speedrun strategy for getting the penguin down there.
Next up, Snowman's lost his head. We got to go find it. Now, this one, there's actually only 1 checkpoint that we need to hit. And so we have some downtime. It's a free run. Please enjoy this.
Oh, they know where the checkpoint is.
Let's start with a $100 donation from Wookie Dad and Josh. They said, my son and I are attending in person for the first time. Thank you to the amazing SGDQ crew for an awesome event.
The checkpoint's right there at the corner.
Here's to hopefully seeing the amazing Dram World 3 run too.
What the heck is going on?
We grab speed from the BLJ. We conserve it into the snowman. That allows us right here. We can conserve the speed out of the text box.
Okay.
Jump directly into the star.
Yeah, important to note there.
Maybe Michael Jackson could.
Forwards hyperspeed, it actually makes you jump higher, so you can jump straight to the star in just a single frame.
Now, wall kicks will work. You may have seen in that free run there's some floor gaps that we can jump through, and we'll use this here. And we're not going to kick any walls. We're going to jump through the wall and use a float perfect double wall push to dive into the star.
Okay.
And
I have no idea how that works.
Here. And again, we don't like entering doors here, but there's some handy dandy stairs nearby, so we're going to use those to backwards long jump and make our way to. I did
see someone get not accidentally. Oh my god, I'm spelling all of the words. I saw someone get absolutely dunked on moonwalking. A lot of people think that they have the moonwalk like mastered because they can just do it backwards and they move very stiffly in a straight line. And there was a kid that was a dancer that challenged a Michael Jackson impersonator to a moonwalk to see who could do the moonwalk better. And when the dancer did it, like he kicked off and he was moving backwards, but his moonwalk wasn't smooth. But it was technically the moonwalk. The Michael Jackson impersonator kicked it up. That's crazy. But yeah, the Michael Jackson impersonator kicked off his moonwalk by standing in the same place and doing the moonwalk without moving. That takes skill.
We go straight into Wing Mario. No, not Wing Mario. Wing Cap, I should say.
Power of the Wing Cap. Yeah, we're going to start with this spiral flying down here just to get these res directly under where Mario spawns. It is really difficult to actually find the optimal flying lines. We actually built a custom machine learning model just to find the exact optimal flight path to get through all of these red points here. And if we come down, we're just going to fly just barely on top of the switch because you can actually hit it without actually landing on it.
Because they need the red cap, but they don't need...
Next up, we're going to finish off our castle secret stars in the lobby area here, and we're going to backwards...
They don't need the invisibility cap.
So Twitch chat, get your guesses in. What time do you think it'll be?
Are they going to clip in Big Boo's Haunt and in Wet Dry World? I mean, they're going to have to if they don't have the cap.
We're going to jump to gain a lot of height to cancel the bounce of the star animation. The star bounce cancel makes it faster to detour.
This is the first time in SM64 history that we have two different routes in Princess's Secret Slide.
Up next, we have everything we need to make our way to Womp's Fortress for Chip Off Womp's block. This one, you'll see some standard looking movement. Now, this setup for the first glitchy wall kick looks similar, but it's different. It's way more precise.
So everyone just kind of stumbled backward across the dance floor.
I've got a $64.64 donation from Luigi Linguini, and they said, let's get this Mario 64 train started early. 2 million is in sight. Super Dram World is coming. Let's unite and light the torch of freedom for everyone. Let's get those 64.
Okay, that's RTA right there.
64s in at 15 minutes on the clock. Let's keep this task going, team.
Although how he got up there was not RTA.
So Womp's Fortress, we're going to go to the tower of the wing, the top of the tower, and here we're going to do this double glitchy wall kick again. One of them is in fact float perfect, and we're going to do a weird rollout here. This is called a ghost rollout.
That.
It allows you to roll out on a slope in a way that
What?
you normally not be able to.
And more glitchy wall kicks to boot, of course.
It's actually frame perfect to get the star and land on top of the roof there.
Now we're going back in for shoot into the wild blue. Now, conveniently, there's a slope near the start here, which we can use to backwards long jump off of, enter the water from the side to upward, conserve the speed, and use it to shoot straight to the star.
That's crazy.
Next up is long one. We're pairing the 100 coin star with red coins here.
Yes, we're pairing 100 coin with red coins. We're going to be starting off going over, of course, to these yellow coins, trying to get as much coins as possible. Shout out to Nis on that Nis flip. Going for it, going for this ring of coins right here, up to this red, and we're going to be making our way over to the blue coin switch.
And slopes are so useful, trying to build up as much speed as we can anytime we have a slope nearby. We're just going to barely dodge this star, and we're making this all the way up here with a beautiful wall kick just in time to make this cycle.
And now we're going to kill this piranha plant, and that blue coin we're going to get
That wall kick cycle up to the bridge is RTA.
The last red coin as your 100th coin, it'll spawn the 100th coin star and then the red coin star. But if we stagger collecting the 100th coin and the last red coin, we can spawn both at the same time.
Grabbing the star with a ledge grab there as well is lovely.
Also, by the way, walls to kind of...
Don't worry about it.
Wall?
Don't worry about it. It's just a regular Saturday night for Mario.
It was Tuesday.
New record, 100. Up next, we got Fall into the Caged Isle. This one, again, familiar setup here. Long jump, double glitchy wall kick, float precise again. Just some dive rollouts here. Perfectly clean movement. Dive grind to cancel that side flip, glitchy wall kick, clipping into the cage.
Nice.
This next one, blast away the wall, cannonless.
Most speedrunners end up jumping into the cage from this spinning island.
By going out the backflip into the tree to get a better angle, we jump up, we glitchy wall kick chain, and we grab the star.
That is RTA viable. It is beyond frame perfect. It's like subpixel.
Now we're done with Rom's Fortress. We're going to
But I don't know of any way to do subpixel manipulation properly in Mario 64. But clipping in that star from the bottom and clipping in from the top is the same manipulation. There is a way to do it from the top reliably, but I don't think you can do it without a task.
activates the death failsafe, and we can grab the star during the death.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
grabbing it during the death there, it skips all the
I didn't know there was a
just
death
takes
plane
so much
there.
time.
Moving back in, we're going for the big bob on the summit. We're going to use this to build up some speed, and we're going to make our way to the elevators. You know what time it is. We're going to backwards long jump on these elevators, redirect off the tree, use this forward speed to jump all the way to the boss fight.
Time for King Bob-omb here. We're just going to throw him right to the ledge here. And as you'll watch very closely, you grab him here. He pushes us off the edge there as we grab him, so we instantly release him. We skip that animation there. We just beat him in seconds.
Normally for King Bob-omb, you have to grab him and do a very slow throwing animation. We skip all of that with the help of that ledge.
And the triple jump even like keeps us in front because you have to be in front of him at the starts.
Yeah.
So precise. Moving back in for 100 coins, which we're pairing with Foot Race with Koopa the Quick. Now this year, we're actually going to be talking to the Koopa at a very specific
They're going to
spot.
collect all 100 coins before Koopa gets to the top of the mountain.
We're going to grab the wing cap. We want to beat this race as fast as possible, and I want you to take notice of how Mario curves down to the left as he starts this, because your yaw is actually conserved. And so as we take hyperspeed flight, we're going to hard bank to the left, we're going to finish the race. We're waiting for Koopa the Quick, so we're just collecting coins, but we're also staying outside of his radius except for a single frame to speed him up.
And now that we have a lot of time while we wait for Koopa the Quick, we can fly all the way throughout the level, getting all of these coins. including
What?
over there.
Okay, that was slick.
Going down all the way into
That
the
was slick.
Look how fast Mario was going. And then BLJ over here to be able to get to these posts.
And now on these posts, normally you need to run around them, but making a unit-precise circle around the top, we can just jump kick to get the circle of coins.
And
What?
those coins, we're actually so fast for beating Koopa here. We're going to use the post trick one more time on the Chain Chomp Star, and now we grab the Bob-omb and release it on the same frame. That'll spawn it where we last held an object, which was King Bob-omb. We jump back up, and now,
as we enter the radius, the Bob-omb spawns out of thin air, back at the hole to get the last point to do another double star spawn.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's really good. I like that. None of that is possible outside of the
This
task.
elevator, as you can see, is very broken, so we try to apply it to every single star. Up next is shoot to the island in the sky. So once again, we're going to make our way over to the right here, build up some speed on this.
Yeah, that speed, they can just jump up there.
The elevator, backwards long jump.
and when we do a jump dive here, we can do a massive jump all the way in the air straight to the star.
Yeah, importantly to note there, that when you jump with hyperspeed, you're still going forwards really fast. So we actually use the dive to cancel the forwards hyperspeed, but maintain the vertical hyperspeed so we can go up to down without shooting away from it.
Find the 8 red coins.
Ooh, find the 8 red coins. This is a fun one. You saw hyperspeed flying before. We're going to do it again. We're going into this slope, and we're going to use the wing cap one more time. We're going to do one more flight. Turn around to get that red coin. A BLJ. We're going to do some moonwalking all the way throughout the level. Grab the tree, redirect our speed forwards, and do hyperspeed flying all the way up in the air, so high. Into the 5th. The 6th. Fly through the gate to get the
The triple jump bounce to redirect off the wall and get the 8th red coin.
Okay.
We're actually going so fast there that we don't even hit the gate at all.
One final coin in Bob on Battlefield here. We're going back in.
Now we're seeing the task insanity.
Once again, this elevator is super broken, so we're going to make hyperspeed flying. Build up speed here. Grab this. Once again, take note of Mario Banks as he lands this triple jump here, because we're going to use that. Conserve the yaw after this. We redirect off the tree. We hold ourselves on out of bounds to turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That quickly. Now we're up way in the air, so we got a dive bomb all the way into the star. And that's Bob on Battlefield.
And one more time, one more castle move and a slide kick into this BLJ, and that allows us to get speed all the way into the Big Boo's haunt area. There's a special thing that we do here. Normally, when you kill the Boo, it has to have its level fall out of it, and we have to wait for that bounce to cancel. By luring it over here, we can go immediately inside it.
First up, we're gonna go on a ghost hunt. Start off with a punch trick, long jump.
I want to say that's not RTA viable, but I've seen that glitch happen in real time. I've seen people have that glitch before. I've never seen someone do it on
The
purpose.
slowest backwards long jump setup we have in the run.
It looks so weird.
And now with this speed that we're slowly building, we can go all the way throughout. Kill that Boo, kill that Boo. Go in, go out, and we actually go all the way straight into the Big Boo right here.
And now as we're knocking out this Big Boo here, we're gonna use this kick as a setup to make it up to where the star spawns as well.
Yeah, I've seen people do that before. Use the kick to do the wall jump and jump up there before the stairs go up.
Once again, so it uses the slope, right?
Yes, it uses a tiny little wall that's just not steep enough to be an actual wall. It's a tiny little floor.
Ooh, now, one thing that we use throughout is something called a misalignment. There's a 1-unit corner where Mario can snap up abnormally. So you see how fast we climb these stairs.
Abnormally.
Misalignments right here. Don't blink, you'll miss it. Now that we're in this room, we're gonna collect the first 2 red coins, and we're gonna use this coffin here to set up another backwards long jump.
Grab the 3rd and the 4th, fall down so that we can get the 5th, and then jump up here to be able to get the 6th, the 7th, and 8th.
Again, so because we have so much backward speed, if we jumped, it would send us down, so we have to cancel that speed to jump up on top of the bookshelves and grab those last red coins.
There was some shenaniganery going on with that wall jump right there. Most people jump, hit the side of the staircase, and then jump over the banister to get that star. If you're trying to get it all fast, like.
You still have time to shop the Fangamer SGDQ 2026 merch collection, where a portion of your purchase gets turned into donations that directly support MSF. Woohoo! Jump on over to fangamer.com.
Some shenanigans going on with that. I've done that before.
That was actually the 2nd oldest task record, last improved in 2017 by only a single frame by Dargos, so that's special shoutouts there for that one. Now as we move back in, we're going for 100 coins, and we're going to pair it with Big Boo's merry-go-round.
So the special thing about 100 coins and Big
Yeah,
Boo's
most people pair 100 coins with the merry-go-round.
Normally most coins are just out in the courts, but there's so many coins we get enemies from. Enemies we get coins from, rather. We go off of it.
So many coins you get enemies from. There are 151 collectible coins in this stage. So they did get the invisibility cap. I thought they skipped it.
The entire run.
Yeah, you can get this star
actually,
crazy strats, but it's actually just so slow to do that it's easier to just press the vanish cap switch.
If that star didn't exist, we wouldn't get the vanish cap at all.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to highlight, we've been starting with something called the punch trick. We'll punch for 1 frame before running because it's actually faster. So listen if you can hear it. Frame perfect trick that we've been doing all the time. And we actually walk there as well to avoid some dust frames, again, for RNG manipulation. Now this one is the 100 coin star.
Yeah. So we start off with a slide kick over here, getting coins from the enemies to be able to get these 2 boos, and we go up here to get the red coin before going back through the door.
Now we're making our way through these different rooms. Again, we've manipulated not
Every
only where the
boo
keys are
has a
going,
blue
but the coins
coin.
that come out of
Every
the
eye has a blue coin. Blue coins are worth 5, red coins are worth 2, gold coins are worth 1.
So it becomes tangible sooner.
And now we jump into these books, and before we go up there, we're going to actually get those blue coins later. We have just enough time making it to this blue coin switch, grabbing these blue, luring the boo out from its hiding place, getting these blues and going back down.
While we collect some more blue coins, we got time for a donation.
Another rare. I get 2 $5,000 donations back to back, but here is 5,000 from our Combs, and they said.
There's a bunch of boos that come out of the wall here for the merry-go-round.
Came together to bring us all an amazing run today. From the crew on stage to the back couch to all the contributors watching at home, this is the culmination of the years of theory crafting, experimenting, and
Last 5, he's gonna do 2 stars at once again. Don't get him confused.
Cause in a time when it's especially needed. Thank you all for making this possible. Also, this donation has been made possible by GDQ's support for donor-advised fund contributions, and it will be doubled by an employer matching fund. If you have access to a charitable matching program at work, do not forget that you can submit to match.
I'm pretty sure you could replicate that entrance RTA.
As much as you can.
It doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on with it, and I've seen the glitch happen before.
Perfect wall kicks, keeping all the speed to get all the way up here.
Now the cage is just big enough for us to make it to the top. We're going to use a misalignment to clip up there and knock the boo, and we're going to use this slide here to not only make it up, but also knock out the boo and make it already to where the star is spawning.
That dive grind is awesome.
None of that is possible, RTA.
Ooh, important one up next.
There's no way to make those wall kicks to get up there like that.
We're done with the level here.
So we save and quit, and we go back inside. Now, you may remember, we didn't actually beat the first Bowser, so we don't have a normal way downstairs. We're actually going to do the alternative method, which is to BLJ, similarly to the start, back into Vantage Cap under the moat.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to the elevators down here. We're going to backwards long jump a lot and build up a lot of speed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump down into the water plane that exists below every level. That'll kick us out of Vantage Cap, but we have the speed stored up because we entered water, so we're going to reactivate it when we hit a floor, navigate through parallel universe, come back to reverse enter the moat door.
Yeah, we have to fix the camera there, because if you actually let it, the camera...
Did they just use a parallel universe to do that?
So we have to spend a little bit of time changing the camera mode. And,
Am I gonna have to explain what a parallel universe is?
You can think there's being infinitely many copies of the world, but you can only interact with objects in the main one.
And now we're in dire docks.
Not
Everyone's
technically
level.
true.
We're going to be going straight for 100 coins off the bat. This is
Yes, I'm gonna have to explain what parallel worlds are.
In the game. You can see some camera angles to reduce lag as much as possible.
Okay, let's
There's
see.
also not that many coins in this area. There's only 42 in this whole area, so we're going to dodge this one coin that you can see on the right. We're going to take 41 to the other area in dire docks.
Now you might see
Somebody
Mario
have
vibrating back and forth.
the
That's a result
image.
of brute forcing scripts. Again, they've tried millions and millions and millions of input combinations and actually found out that you eke out a few extra units by doing that. And you'll see it through swimming, through flying, through sliding, because these are very complex things that brute forcing scripts have been able to optimize.
And now with just a little bit more swimming, we're going into this in the corner. We do actually have to get this ring of coins before swimming back up. And this is where this part gets really interesting, because we're going to make our way over here, get these coins. We're going to go onto the sub.
And we're going to press C up and hold back to C up slide, build up a bunch of speed, use this to hyperspeed
Okay.
ball kick around. This is called pole jumping for red coins. We're not doing that here. We're going to collect
I'm
all
gonna-
of the red coins and spawn the star.
Shrink this down right here for a moment. And I can stick that over there
We go straight into this blue coin switch.
while I pull this out and show you guys what a parallel world is. Alright? So,
A rare
any
one, we can't double star speed.
Mario level is on a grid that is 32,767 pixels wide.
We want to get that as
And it's a square. And all the levels are on this grid. They call that the parallel universe grid. And if you manage to build up enough speed, you can jump from one parallel universe to another. But here's the problem. The collision and the level dynamics and everything only exists on Mario's original
this little
spot.
area.
So if you jump to this parallel universe, none of the none of the enemies or collision will work. But you can get to another parallel universe that has collision that works, but it's 4 parallel universes over. The problem is, if you jump from one to another, the game checks for Mario to be above ground every so often. So if you're traveling from one parallel universe to another, and part of the place that you're clipping over, the game does the check and Mario's not over ground, it's going to kill you. And you'll hit the death screen and you'll zone out. So in order to actually use a parallel universe like properly, you have to go 4 PU over from where you started, so that every time the game does the check, technically you're still sitting on the same spot over the level, so that you never log out. And this is called a QPU movement, right? So moving one of these is called a PU movement. Moving over 4 of them is called QPU or quad PU. So what they were talking about with using an alternate dimension in order to get that star is that they built up a bunch of speed here, but it was too much speed for them to be able to use this area to navigate to the star. So they navigated to the star across a QPU over here.
Mario enjoys BLJ.
Makes sense?
This is actually a myth. Marios only do that when they're distressed. Also, trans rights. Woo! Thank you so much for those donations. And as a quick reminder, we do have that glitch showcase open for The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Please make sure you're putting your donations towards it. We are so close to 20% of the way there. We need 200,000 total.
If you'd like to learn more about parallel universes in Mario 64, here's a wiki.
Back to the task.
This is the wiki I was getting the pictures from. There's also a YouTube video where a guy does a really good job explaining it on how to get a star in Hazy Maze Cave without pressing the jump button.
It allows Mario to accelerate to full swimming speed.
And yeah, it's crazy.
And those rings are notoriously terrible, but for Tess, it's no problem. It's that easy. And we're already a third of the way through. I can't believe it.
40 seconds. Now, while we're here, we might as well enter Bowser in the Fire Sea. And just like the other Bowser stage, we're going to start off with a slide kick, cancel that into multiple diagrams to build up a bunch of speed very quickly.
And now we're going to make it over here to this red coin. You can see a trick that we do here, upwarping to the hangable ceiling. Whoa. Making our way to the BLJ, doing a BLJ, getting speed from it, going all the way over here, sliding down the pole to be able to reactivate it.
We've conserved it. There it is. Wall kicks all the way up. We're waiting for the elevator to come down so we can make it up this chute. There it is. Some very fast wall kicks. We still have all this speed, so we're going to jump all the way up. Wall kick off here to get that result. We're waiting for the cycle to line up so that we can... Now, this is actually another perfect spot for a BLJ, which will use this, go around the course, use a butt bounce to delay the lava bounce, cancel the upwards momentum, and with some wall kicks, we'll grab the last red coin.
So although it looked crazy, a lot of those moves you can actually do. What was really crazy about that was the camera angle.
Now this is another laggy spot, so again, there's lots of camera manipulation going on here. Bowser's going to make a big jump. We're going to slide down here, and we're going to use this tilting platform again to backwards long jump. This isn't just for flash. This will pull Bowser closer to the bomb when we grab him, so we can release him even quicker.
No, a lot of that was swag. That was some swag.
The breakdance cancels if you walk ever so slightly. You can spam breakdance.
Why do they need to get that key?
There's only one place left to go, and that's out of here. So we actually make our way over to this ground platform, and we BLJ all the way over to MIPS.
We're going to manipulate MIPS by going to the right. It looks like we missed, but again, just getting MIPS over here.
Yeah, sure.
40-second star.
grab the MIP star.
Just warp to MIPS.
We can actually use MIPS to get through this door and into everyone's favorite star of the whole game. That's right, it's
Toad.
Toad.
And we can kick the wall to push us while we're grabbing the star.
No, this is Hazy Maze Cave. Oh, he's standing on the entrance plane. That's cool.
Cavern of the Metal Cap. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way. We're going to jump dive over
Now,
to the side, float perfect double wall.
the video that I was talking about for
We hold back to dodge that.
I've seen people do that before.
To backwards long jump. Over here, turn around.
Okay, that's new.
Clip through these doors and make it into.
I have not seen people do that before.
in more into detail, but in here we need to get the 8 red coins.
But the video I was talking about, where the guy was explaining parallel worlds,
We get all of these red coins. We actually go so fast we don't even get any blinking at all.
And there's a version difference.
was this stage. I'll show you the star. It's a star called Wall Kicks Will Work.
You have to get the text box before the star spawns.
And that was our first star in Hazy Maze Cave. Going back in with a quick hop.
We're going to get 100 coins. We're pairing with the reds here.
Ooh, this is a fun
And
one.
the guy was explaining how to get
that scuttlebug.
the star in, I think he said 1.5 A presses.
Go for it.
Now, a common pattern for backwards long jumps is when there's 2 floors that are staggered a bit. You long jump from the lower one to the upper one and slide back down to the lower one to do it repeatedly. And you're going to see that geometry is perfect here for a backwards long jump. Play along the way, do some jump kicks to maintain this clip through the wall, and make it down here into the toxic maze.
And now we are inside the maze, going in a way that we're supposed to exit through it. We're going to be making our way to the blue coin switch. This blue coin switch is so helpful when you're going for 100 coins. We're going to make our way over past these blues.
They never do what I think they're going to do.
Go make our way over here to this snuffhead killer.
This is a 100 coin star.
Exit the way you're supposed to enter the maze.
Now this here, normally you need to...
I've never seen someone get back up the entrance. That was actually kind of impressive.
And grab the coins at the same
It
time.
looked like that was actually possible to do if you practice it.
All the way up here. We're coming down.
Now that is possible. I've done that.
We're going to see up slide to build up speed to make a massive that red
Killing that eyeball right there
blue coin to fall down into a good
is
position.
possible, but it's very, very tricky. What would be impressive is if they killed that eyeball over there on the corner, which they're not going to do. That eyeball over there in the corner, it's possible to kill it, but it is multiple frame perfect circles that you have to do. I mean, it's one circle, but half of the circle is a frame perfect input, which is nuts.
So the idea is when you go into a wall triangle, the game tries to push you out of it. But if you go inside exactly where 2 wall triangles meet, or right on the shared edge, the game will consider Mario inside of both walls at the same time, push him out twice, which is a large enough push to get straight through the wall there.
And with the help of that wet, steep slope that you've seen earlier, there's a trick that we can do that you'll see.
Yeah, so the water is what allows us to BLJ on those slopes, right?
Yes, otherwise it'd be way too slippery.
Yeah, you'll see this here. So going back in, we're going to do this sign clip one more time. We're going to clip out, dodge the death plane. We're going to go forwards. We're going to backwards long jump on this wet, steep slope, make it over to the elevator.
And now with the help of the elevator, we can actually get enough speed to go to a parallel universe. In the parallel universe, hit a death plane, and then grab a star.
Incremented. So we go to a the death plane, turn around and grab one
So
of the stars
what just happened
and so we can repeat
is what I was talking about, where if it detects that Mario is not over solid ground, it'll void you out and hit a death plane. They didn't jump one QPU over, they jumped one PU over, hit the star at the same time that they hit the death plane.
We also got $64 donation here from
Because the stars aren't items, the stars are triggers. So you can still hit them in the parallel universes.
I want to say real quick to all of you, all 4 of you up here, you're doing an incredible job of breaking all of this down, genuinely.
Thank you.
Keep them coming, keep them coming.
My pleasure. 6464 here from Arkanox.
That's another parallel universe skip right there. So in order to be able to trigger enough speed to get the parallel universe, you have to lock the camera, which is why the camera stayed down there at the bottom while Mario was going up the elevator. So they just collected 2 stars in this stage by jumping over 1 PU and collecting it there, and they're doing it again.
double dip, put your donations towards that glitch showcase for a link to the
Yeah, so you can see the death plane hit, and then you can hear them hit the star before the death plane finishes loading.
Especially if you're jumping on that 64 train like Chris, who said, let's go.
That's the second MIPS. MIPS spawns, this little rabbit spawns in the basement at 15 stars and at 50 stars. And you have to chase him down and catch him.
I love the movement in this one. So we're going to start off, we're going to make use of the sign with a fast double long jump, and then we're going to lava bounce, cancel it with a misalignment, make our way to the elevator, backwards long jump off of this bridge here, use this to moonwalk around, collect, count them, all the red coins.
Okay, that's kind of impressive.
So cool. I love the BLJ there because it's actually a high BLJ strat. It starts as an SVLJ along the railing, and then as the bridge starts moving up, it turns into a regular rising platform BLJ.
And now that bridge is actually on a global timer cycle, so the timer persists outside of the level, and we've optimized it across all of the levels combined. So we're going to BLJ again here to enter into the volcano.
So now that we're in the volcano, we're going to go straight over to this island, barely land on it. It's so small. Climb the pole. It's actually faster to jump off, grab the other pole, and jump straight into the star.
I've seen people do that RTA. I've never done it, but I've seen it done.
And now one thing you may notice here, we're actually back into the level. It's slightly faster. Just
Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you can repeat that, go back up to the platform where that in the middle of the volcano where the star is, and then just long jump from that platform to where the other star is.
BLJ, boom, straight to the star.
That's cool.
Yeah, these elevators.
You would never be able to hit the angle for that long jump RTA.
And that's going to happen here with Boyle the Big Bully. Once again, double long jump, lava bounce, misalignment.
They really like that.
Speed will be conserved into the bully. We're going to send them all the way off.
Oh my God.
And one fun detail about this is that we manipulate where the bully dies so that the star spawns a frame earlier.
Yes, the star actually overshoots its target position, so if you move the bully away from where we want to go, it moves the star slightly towards us.
Lots of hidden optimizations.
Yeah.
We bullied the big bully, time to bully the bullies.
So by
Well, they could do the same thing to knock all the little ones off the other
and
platform.
Going straight into the long jump. Too many bullies too far apart to be able to hit them all at once. But we can hit them all at once with an amazing ground pound. Before hitting the final bully out of the air.
See up backflip?
See up backflip. Ooh.
There's tech everywhere. I love it.
Okay, that was nice.
Next up, our last stars in here. We've got our 100 coin star and hot foot it into the volcano.
So for this star, we're actually not going to be going straight into the elevator. We're going to make our way over to the shell because for this star, there's a lot of coins that we need to be able to get that are just sitting on the lava, and that would cancel all of our backward speed.
Now you're going to see us try and make as many straight lines as possible, and Mario will be jumping a whole lot. Here we're waiting for the puzzle cycle because it spawns some coins, but we accelerate when we're in the air, so we're going to keep trying to jump. And while
It's easy to wait for the center coins to spawn on the puzzle.
Fantastic. 6464 from Eva that said, let's get this Super Dram World run. 12064 from Maple Star that said, Super Mario 64 is a good game with no bugs. All of this is intended mechanics. You can trust me, my uncle works at Nintendo. Yeah, just like me. 6464 from VR's third, who said, woohoo!
And now that we're inside the volcano, we
They collected way more coins outside than they needed.
all the way to the top and get the star.
I've done that trick before, going up the lava waterfall to get up there faster. There are ads currently playing on the channel. Not a whole lot I can do about the ads.
And we're done with lethal. Up next, just
If you would like the ad-free viewing experience, you can watch on YouTube as well, where there are no ads.
This stage is great because we got slopes right
There were no ads on YouTube, but there was no interactivity with the chat on YouTube, so you're swapping off.
Slide kick, we can recover on the slope to be able to go directly into the star.
Yeah, you cannot roll out with on a slope with a dive.
So we had to use a slide kick there.
I'm out of drink.
We are now halfway through the run.
Halfway, 60 stars. Up next, free flying for 8.
Or you can sub, yes.
Ooh, you think flying in BOB was good? Well, we go all the way over here Conserving speed once more with the help of this slide kick. We can barely make it up over here with the help of a triple jump, jump dive, and we go into the wing cap.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to stand on the base of this pillar, use this steep slope to backwards long jump. We're going to redirect off the wall, triple jump to start, hyper speed flying, going around, get ready for count the stars. 5, 6, 7,
What?
and 8, clipping through the cork box because we have so much speed.
And it's much easier to clip through on the corner there because the wall hitbox is thinner.
So that's a rare example of a star where we're not pairing the red coin with the 100 coin star. We're going to be doing that a little bit later.
That wall's a lot more green than I remember it being.
Inside the ancient pyramid. So this one's fun. We're going to be grabbing this bomb as it explodes, pushing us back similarly to in BOB. We can use that to clip through the gate and clip through the top of the pyramid to go straight inside.
Yeah, that's an OTA's strat for getting into the pyramid.
Grabbing the bomb as it's exploding. Mario's holding it, it pushes him back because it's so big and lets us clip through so many different things. Ooh, up next, 100 coins and pyramid puzzle.
Ooh, this is a fun one.
This is the pairing here. So we're going to start off, we're going to grab this box here and we're going to use the bomb to push us into the floor to explode it instantly. We've done Shy Guy manipulation and manipulation of these coins to be perfectly placed here. We're going to go under that there. We're going to grab this.
Clipping through that barrier.
A steep slope near us. I think you know what's coming.
It's time for some more hyperspeed flying. You've not seen
He was given a root beer today with flavored drink. Yeah, root beer is very much an American thing. A lot of Europeans don't like root beer because there are a lot of medicine brands that use the same flavor for their medicine. It's the same reason that a lot of Americans don't like black currant. Because a lot of medicine brands over here use that flavor for medicine.
The hitbox for the secrets and the hitbox for the coin are slightly different. So with a special kick,
the rare literal wall kick.
I think the root beer flavor is like star anise and like ginger and something else.
Because that sand is moving, the walking is slightly faster there because of the moving sand.
Very rare instance of walking being faster.
Give it up for 64. Make sure to get your $64 donations in.
Yep.
Up next, shining atop the pyramid. This one, we're going to go and beeline, build up some speed on the slope, and make a perfect jump straight into the star.
Once again, that's an ITA strat.
So now there's only a little bit left in shifting sand.
Welcome back, people, from the break. I was saying if you were out with the break, that there's not a whole lot I can do about the breaks with this particular stream here because the breaks are going to happen. It's Twitch. But if you would like to not have the breaks, you can watch on YouTube. YouTube has the same stream without the ad breaks on it, but you don't get the chat interactivity from the YouTube side of things. So you're swapping that. If you want to interact with the chat and have your little avatar and stuff at the bottom of the screen, you have to watch on Twitch, but Twitch has ads. If you sub, you get ads free. But if you don't want to watch the ads and you don't want to sub, you can watch on YouTube. And yeah, no ads.
They love being who they are and believing in what they believe in. It can be a struggle to remember what hope feels like, but for those weeks in the year, SGDQ and AGDQ, I'm reminded of how much good and hope there really is in the world.
Oh, Jolly Roger Bay.
Tears of heartbreak when I see the struggles that MSF and so many people around the world are dealing with every day, but I'm also brought to tears of joy seeing the celebrations and hype as we cross the next milestone, as the donation tracker rises, as I see and hear so many people celebrating being their true, genuine selves, in spite of the darkness.
It's a loading plane inside of the ship.
You all.
And they're just gonna swim up there. You can do this RTA as well.
We have just enough time to be able to make it to this box right as soon as it breaking it with a jump kick. And Mario actually swimming in the air there years before Mario Galaxy.
I still can't believe you made the Galaxy reference, not me. It should have been me.
So as you can see, the metal cap in this level kind of broken. We can use that to conserve speed with the help of the of the BLJ.
Yeah, so we're going back in for 100 coins here. We're going to break this box, grab the metal cap. The metal cap lets us stick to the floors on this. So we backwards long jump, build up a lot of speed, and we use this to slide all the way around, collecting all of these coins, making it up into this area, coming back around, grabbing that ring of coins, and knocking on the blue switch here.
So we do have to cancel our negative speed to be able to ground pound on that switch. We get all of the coins from those Goombas that we just killed, and we make our way back inside the water.
Now again, these rings of coins, there's not many coins in this level, so we got to get most of them here with some great swimming reflection.
He's right. There are 104 coins in this level.
Rise up way faster.
And now we can get the
So you have to collect pretty much everything.
BLJ.
You miss one of those blue coins, you can't collect the star.
We're going to make our way up into this pole. We're going to jump off the sign into the red coin. Get the coins, and this is a rare example where we do not, or not able to do another double star spawn because there's no coins next to the reds. So we're going to go up over here, get the 7th and the 8th red coin, and this is what it normally looks like.
Yeah, normally the 2 animations spawns 100 coin star, and then the red one. It's still fast to do this. It's also cycle based on how the ship is rocking. Oh.
True. You hit the wrong cycle, you can't even jump up there.
Nice.
And now, next up,
We got Can the Eel come out to play. Once again, when we find a broken setup, we're going to keep using it because we love it so much here. We're going to grab this metal cap. We're going to jump dive, backwards long jump off of this rock here, make our way. We're going to use another rock.
You can like clip into the eel cave?
Downwarp,
No.
we're just waiting for the eel to come out.
Oh,
Again,
they're just going to wait. Okay.
To reduce the amount of lag, and we're going to jump at the perfect time to fall right into the star.
Here we go. Nice. I'm going to just fall on the star. Yep.
70. And that's how many stars you would normally need to beat the game. We only have a couple more down in this area before we head upstairs.
Treasure of the Ocean Cave up next.
Ooh, Treasure of the Ocean Cave. This is a fun one. So we're going to be doing the same BLJ at the start here. Getting the metal cap box.
Now what's interesting about this is the reason these stars are hidden in these paintings is because Bowser stole them and gave them to his minions inside these paintings. And when you confront Bowser at the end of the game, if you have less than the 120 stars in the game, Bowser will tell you, haha, it's not over yet, there's still stars you haven't found. He will tell you that all the way up to 119 stars in your inventory. He will tell you, haha, it's not over yet. But the game makes it clear that 15 of the stars are hidden in the castle, and Bowser didn't find them, but you did. So when you confront Bowser and you have all 120 stars, he will tell you, what? You found some that I didn't even know about. And this is a contradiction here, because he says you found some that I didn't know about. Some, it means more than one. But if you come in there with 119 stars, he will say, haha, there's still something you haven't found. So which is it, Bowser? Do you know that there are 120 stars? Or are 15 of the stars outside of your knowledge? Because talking to Bowser there, if you walk in there with more than 105 stars, Bowser should be like, oh, okay, yeah, you found them all.
Showcase, and in the time since we've gotten that, we not only pushed past 50,000, we're past 56,000 and counting. We're over a quarter of the way to unlocking that.
There's really no way to do this level fast.
I am told to give a
That is 100% the RTA way to do it.
acceptable.
All right, we're done with this floor here. Now we're
Feign ignorance to get you to go.
We're going to make use of the secret aquarium. We're going to make use of the regular aquarium here and use the floor here, backwards long jump, maintain speed, and reverse enter the upstairs.
So you can see right here, Mario's actually going to come out the wrong way, and that'll spawn us on the wrong side of the door. And we can use this to do a quick triple jump and go straight into Tall Tall Mountain.
Is that the only reason they got the key?
First up, scale the mountain. So we're going to make our way over here. We're going to clip through. We're going to dive grind on the edge of the water there. Use the water to upwarp. Glitchy wall kick chain to make it all the way up here. Some more glitchy wall kicks.
What?
Jump dive into the star.
Okay, the upwarp with the water, that's a legitimate strategy. You can do that. The glitchy wall flying, that's new.
As soon as possible.
Moving back in for Mystery of the Monkey Cage. You'll get to see it again. Don't blink. So once again, clipping through here, dives to build up speed, water to upwarp, glitchy wall kick chain, maintaining our...
So the way the water upwarp works is that there are water planes that are stacked on top of each other in this level. But the ones at the bottom are actually hidden inside the wall. But because the collision in this game is so wonky, if you hit a wall at a spot where 3 vertices connect, you'll clip right through it. And so people figured out a long time ago you can jump in the water, clip through the wall, get into the water, and once you're in the water that's underneath other water, if you jump, it'll warp you to the water at the top. So it's called the water warp. And that's a legitimate thing that people do, but you can only do it in certain stages, because they don't usually overlap the water levels like that. I think the only 2 levels you can do it in is Tall Tall Mountain and Tiny Huge Island.
We're going to slide back, press C up to build some speed initially on this slope before going into sliding here. Some perfect sliding.
Slide number 3.
Back and forth because the brute forcing that went into this very complex system.
And it's a little bit faster to go in the air without jumping, so you'll see Mario kind of bounce slightly as much as possible here.
Alex, you said there were specific kinds of floor triangles that you tried to hit during?
Yeah, you want to try and hit the ones that are more flat, because the speed difference isn't that much, but actually the de facto speed caps like how far you move along the slope, so you want to be moving as forwards as possible just to progress through the slide.
And now that we're done with the slide, we only need 3 more coins. A quick glitchy wall kick right up here to get all the way up to the upper area.
Now we're going to grab this bomb. We're going to grab it bloated to help us push us away. We're going to grab it as it explodes. We're holding an empty object slot. We're going to spawn the 100 and the red coin star. The red coin star spawns into our hands. So as we grab the 100 coin star, it drops the red coin star and we can pick it up instantly.
Wow.
Don't worry, you'll get a better view of that.
Next up, it's time for my personal
That is the craziest way I've seen someone do that.
Really, really simple and very short as well, so I'm going to break it down for you. So starting off, just a simple rollout here. Glitchy wall kick, float precise glitchy roll kick, float precise push through that railing straight.
Yeah, people figured out a long time ago you don't need to go down the slide to collect that star. You can jump into that little cubby hole from like 4 or 5 different places.
In 10 frames.
Yes. When we say float precise, it's like it's
as precise
without
Think of it as a millionth of Mario's height, roughly.
I think the...
So now you know how that water glitch works.
Hitting a red blood cell?
Yeah. Without a setup.
What another thing a lot of people don't know about that star back there in the corner, is there's a little mushroom on the corner and the ground leads up to a point with the mushroom right on the point. But if you go over there and you jump off of that point behind the mushroom, there's a wind current that will grab you and throw you up to the ledge above, skipping half the mountain.
Now we're out here. We've got time for everybody's favorite. Give it up.
Toad. Yeah.
Now we're near some stairs, so get ready for some fast travel as well. We're gonna backwards launch
Here we
into the
go.
huge island of Tiny Huge Island. Get ready for the tip top of the huge island.
Ooh, tip top of the huge island. We're going to be making our way over here to this wet steep slope. And wet steep slope, one more BLJ that we can do. We can get just enough speed to be able to BLJ on this and then make it directly into the star.
Using the water to upwarp us, but still escape it and break the box.
This is Tiny Huge Island.
Piranha flower. Now this one was only improved by a couple
So
of
the other place where I mentioned that it's possible to do a water upwarp that I know about is here at Tiny Huge Island.
Train is still going. This ticket is from Nim and the Cat Girl, and they specifically put the cat face in there too. And they said it's been awesome this GDQ having the global SM64 task community congregate in person, bigger than ever before.
The piranha
with
plants.
half our genders having
No real way to do this one super fast. So they're just doing tricks while they wait for the star to spawn.
The other authors.
That's how you do that RTA, so there's no real way to do that to do that quickly.
It's a little interesting because there's 2 entrances. We actually do a BLJ here to be able to make it straight into the huge painting.
Coming up, we got the 100 coins, which we're going to pair with Foot Race with Koopa the Quick. First up, we're going to knock out all of these Goombas with one big ground pound. You're going to see the log trick, once again, that perfect jump circling around there.
Now, there are 146 coins in this stage, but that's kind of a misnomer, because there's actually a coin hidden in this stage that is impossible to collect.
We're going to get as much red coins as possible without spawning the star, I should say, making it over here and getting the blue coin switch before heading back outside.
Coming back out of the cave here, we're just going to do this wall kick straight onto this slope here. And actually, we're not just manipulating the coins, we're manipulating all the Goombas to walk right where we need to go.
Now, those Goombas there, if you kill them with a ground pound, they'll drop a blue coin. But if you kill them with a normal jump, they'll drop a gold coin.
Backwards long jump off of thin air, do this to shoot all the way across past the wind,
My
finish
God.
the race, knock out this Goomba. We've manipulated the coin to go to where the race ends.
And now we grab, fall off. Oh no, we're good. Go for a backwards long jump, a little bit of time to go straight backwards into the Koopa and the blue coin on the same frame, allowing for the most perfect double star spawn.
My God. They've done that so many times. It never gets less impressive.
So the geometry of Tiny Huge Island is just so great. There's so many spots to glitchy wall kick. And so right off the bat, we're going to be turning the camera to face backwards, and we'll do this glitchy wall kick out of bounds to grab the first secret on the other side here. Jump dive.
Yeah, that glitchy wall kick I've done before. It is possible to hit the corner of that wall right there and wall kick over the top of that.
With a massive
Jump directly.
I've done that too. So yeah, you can slide jump out there to that star too.
Up next, Wiggler.
All the other stuff that he was bouncing around like crazy, yeah, that's beyond me. But getting over that wall right there at the start and jumping out there to the star, I've done both of those.
This wet steep slope. We're gonna backwards long jump. We're gonna use this to make it all the way up the slope. Glitchy wall kick into the area.
And the red coins are all in this cave.
We don't want to land on the last one if we can avoid it. It's faster to just get it. So we go over here and barely grab it from the tiniest radius, and we're able to dive directly into the star.
Okay, that was a pretty good clip.
Now again, we need to consider whether it's faster to enter the big painting or the small painting, and we've done that. So this is the fastest overall total time that we have across every single level. So
Yeah, in order to get the Wiggler, you have to get to the top of the mountain as Big Mario and Small Mario.
In this pipe, we can actually use the slope here.
Well, I suppose they could just glitch into the...
Isn't very good. We go through and we swim directly
Yeah.
into the Wiggler fight.
Now for this Wiggler fight, you're gonna see, it might look a little strange, but we're actually gonna lure Wiggler to the edge of the battlefield here. And that's to do star bounce reduction. So the star bounce cancel, if you remember to Princess's Secret Slide, when we were so high up, it canceled the bounce animation. So by leading Wiggler to the very edge, it reduces the animation by a grand total of 1 frame.
One singular frame.
One
Just to
frame.
Davo for that one.
Yeah, it's just sat over there. Hey, Davo.
There's that 1 frame save.
Every frame counts.
Every frame counts.
Right, but how many frames did you waste luring Wiggler to the wall?
BLJ moving all the way throughout the upper and into Snowman's Land.
First up, we're doing the 100 coin star.
I'm curious to see what they're going to get up to in here.
We're going to be going over here and
Because there are a lot of movement tricks in this stage. Like what they did right there, I've seen people do that RTA. Not that exact one, but I've seen people get over...
And so we're spawning many duplicates of these money bags all at once. Each
What?
one gives us 5 coins. We're very careful not to spawn too many or it will crash the game. We have spawned more than we need so that all these coins are in a convenient spot for us though. Lots of camera manipulation to reduce lag. Grab these 6 and 7 red coins and then we're going to use the spin drift to set up another double star spawn.
And then we actually go so fast there, the HUD doesn't have enough time to actually count up for how many coins we're getting.
But get ready for this movement. I love this slide kick, dive grind, jump cancel, punch to get through the wind in another.
Okay, that was crazy. I did not know that you could do that with the coin purse enemy.
Actually capture HP. So this is a rare case where we can actually move on the ground quickly because the whole stage is
All
slippery,
the coins.
which lets us conserve speed through the wind. On
They like to start off a trick showing you something that you can do RTA, and then it very quickly spirals out of control.
BLJ on the very side here, and that allows us to land on the spin drift, get its speed, and clip directly into the
Like that. Like that's a prime example. Yeah, you can long jump and climb up there into the igloo exactly how they did that in real time. It's not that difficult to learn it. And then once they get inside the igloo, it just goes batshit crazy.
Turn around, glitchy wall kicks, double jumps, jump dive, there's the star.
That was actually kind of crazy too.
That was Snowman's big head going back in.
Chill with the bully.
There are other ways to climb to the top of the snowman very quickly. Oh my gosh, my phone.
And then dive directly into the bully, go and hit
Just push the bully off. But yeah, there are multiple ways to get to the top of the snowman very quickly. I've never seen that exact one before. Chill with the bully.
Star in the deep freeze has in fact been improved. It used to be just a straight line. But of course, we start off near a slope, so we're going to use it to build up some speed and use that to double jump, jump dive perfectly into the star.
Okay.
So that star was actually thought to be maxed until we figured out that you could go directly to the side, save a little bit of time.
And our final one here in Snowman's Land, we've got Whirl from the Freezing Pond.
So for Whirl from the Freezing Pond, you saw how fast we could get to the...
Yeah, they're just gonna go back to the freezing pond again.
Slope to get a lot of speed and a jump off of the water to be able to get the star. If you pay close attention there, you can actually see the spin drift falling into the water. You're normally not supposed to be able to see that.
Up next, we have a rare moment in this task. A very rare moment.
It's a rare moment.
This is tragic.
We're in between levels, right? We're gonna do a BLJ.
We're gonna walk through a door. Rare moment there. And we're gonna long jump into the low setting of wedge.
Oh, they used the door as intended.
Shallows in the sky.
So for Secrets in the Shallows in the Sky, we are going to first start off by going over to this box. We do unfortunately have to push it, and then over to the second box as
push the
well.
box, push the second box, jump to the third box.
Wall kick up here. There's a very steep slope up here, which we can use to backwards long jump.
Of course there is.
Our speed, hyper speed wall
What
kick
the?
the last secrets.
And now that we have all this
See, it went from normal to very crazy, very quickly. Boo.
Moving back in, we'll be going
Boo, you used the door.
faster to do for shocking arrow lifts.
Yes, for shocking arrow lifts, Wet Dry World is a special thing where you can influence the water level where you go into the painting. So we're going into the medium level. We're going to go over here, jump dive off of the fence, activate the water level changer, bounce off the enemy, long jump, wall kick, and go straight into the star.
Most people just jump into the painting at the higher level, swim over to the star, and grab it. Because there's a water level where it puts the level of the water right underneath the box. So you just swim over there, jump out of the water, hit the box, and grab the star.
To snark. Not for lack of trying, we're going to start off with a jump dive, and we're going to break this course off with the dive rollout. We're going to wall kick up here, use the wooden plank to clip out of the cage, then back into the cage.
Exactly the same as the 2012 task. Believe me, we all tried. We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
119 out of 120.
And you still can't do that RTA.
Ooh, quick race through downtown. So we go in on the low level. We do a glitchy wall kick chain on this thing to be able to get up, change the water level, and that raises this wooden platform. That allows us to BLJ and get parallel universe speed.
We're going to get parallel universe speed. We've locked the camera. We're going to go, trigger the loading zone, then enter the area and grab that star.
I've never seen someone use a parallel universe to grab a star in this stage.
Parallel universes and activating that loading zone, we can really do anything.
We got to go back downtown for 100 coins and red coins. First up, we're going to make a beeline for this blue coin switch.
Dodging that enemy right there because we don't need him. Actually clipping up, and we're going to use this to clip outside through the left and activate the elevator, a surprise tool that'll help us later. Grabbing both of these coin boxes as well as these coins while we wait for the elevator to go back up.
And again, we have X-Cam here because the camera cannot follow us into a parallel universe. Going to build up parallel universe speed, activate the loading zone, hit a trigger. We have the speed built up because we entered water. We can reactivate it when we hit the land and go flying through the course, collecting these red coins. We need to pause buffer our wall kicks because we're moving so fast. We actually needed to go from parallel universe speed down to regular old hyper speed, and we did that with the 10K glitch. Here are our last red coins, and we actually killed the Skeeter there to set up. Once again, there's a yellow coin up there which set up a double star spawn.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's the only time in the run where we have too much speed.
Yeah. No such thing.
Never enough. One last star in Wet Dry World. We're going to go to the top of the town.
Top of the town. So going back in, and this time on the medium, because we can use the help of this enemy right here to be able to just go straight into this little rising thing. We can go over here, jump, barely dodge that with a glitchy wall kick and a jump dive. We can actually make it directly into the star.
Doesn't look that difficult.
And that's it actually for this level of upstairs. So now we're going to move on to the final area. We're going to backwards long jump off of these stairs. And we're going to talk to everyone's favorite.
Dude! Yay!
Making our way, it's fastest to do Rainbow Ride next. Again, we've tried all the combinations of starting on which levels first. Fastest here, we're gonna first start with the 100 coins, make our way, grab this ring of coins, and we're gonna make our way to the carpet.
Even normal strategies in this stage are insane.
And now we can go over here to these coins in the air, and we can actually go up the side of this platform to be able to make it up here. And with the help of a huge long jump, we're barely able to make it into this wooden platform.
And again, we've manipulated RNG, so these coins are in a good position for us here. Running along these here is also a little faster, lots of dives, and we're gonna use an arrow drop to instantly turn around double jump inwards.
And now we're going to grab most of these remaining red coins, dodging the last one because we're going to be getting it later before going to the blue coin switch.
And some firsties all the way up here. Wahoo. We're turning around the camera to save on lag. We've activated an elevator. We all love elevators here. We're just waiting for it to go all the way down, come back up. We're gonna backwards long jump. We're gonna lock the camera. We're gonna go to a parallel universe, turn around, come back, and end up here.
Where we grab Chuckya and kill the box to get an amazing double star spawn.
Such a perfect double star spawn.
Yeah.
And to see a backflip.
That's the second time that they've used that particular parallel universe trick.
Absolutely.
So you remember how I said there's no collision on a parallel universe? If you stop there, you're going to you're gonna void out. But what they're doing is they're using PU speed to travel over to a parallel universe, turn around, and then travel back to the original one. So they'll travel to the PU, they'll hit a bunch of event triggers, and then they'll come back to the normal universe in order to do some more manipulation. That's crazy.
Carpetless, if you're wondering.
Up next, swinging in the breeze, we do got time for that donation.
You said carpetless?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Just had to make sure. Another ticket for that $64 train here from DS273 that said,
They're doing carpetless.
Finally premiere after so many years of work from so many people.
Now
This
swinging in
is
the breeze.
power of building up a bunch of speed.
Those are some frame perfect jumps there.
What you have seen this whole week, and especially the effort that the Mario 64 put together for you. Please.
I think that's what CERN's doing with the Large Hadron Collider.
Also help the cause of Doctors Without Borders. We still have a little bit more to go tonight, but finale is approaching very quickly. Let's get back to the task.
So now we just did a triple jump glitchy wall kick to be able to get up, using the Lackey 2 to be able to grab this pole slightly faster to jump off and re-grab it before going up, and then using the blue platforms to be able to make it straight into the star.
Lots of dive grinds, punch cancels, everything, all of the above.
It's so cool. I love that movement.
Moving back in again with this float perfect double wall push slide kickstart. Fastest way to enter, so precise. We're going back in for coins amassed in a maze.
Coins amassed in a maze. So these are the red coins. We're going to be going up with the help of a glitchy wall kick. Sends us perfectly over here. And we're doing another arrow drop to get an instant
Yeah, there's not really any way they can do this faster than OTA.
Jumping is sliding on the very platform with a crouch and then doing a wall kick to slide backwards into the star.
I love the wall kicks.
Yeah, all of the strats of collecting that star are variations on the same theme.
Next, we have one last star in Rainbow right here. We're going back in for tricky triangles.
Oh, so this tricky triangles, you saw a certain thing earlier in the 100 coin. Well,
Now there's like 2 or 3 ways to collect tricky
all
triangles.
the way over, incredibly over the gap, directly into the triangles, a glitchy wall kick on the outside corner, and we're at the star.
I've never seen it done like that.
We only have one mainline course left. I know we are on record pace, but do not worry, Tik-Tok Clock is very famously the easiest course in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off here, we are going for Get a Hand, and this is very, very simple. I'll break it down for you right here. Glitchy wall kick, glitchy wall kick, glitchy wall kick, and we're at the star. That easy.
Now, Tik-Tok Clock is a very difficult stage for new players, but once you've learned Mario's movement, Tik-Tok Clock is actually not that difficult, because there's that's nuts.
And now that we're at the top of the clock,
But
get the coins going downwards. So we're going to get all of these 3 coin blocks, get all of their coins, make our way down to the 4th coin block, intentionally dodge the coins there, and make our way to the blue coins.
There's a lot of different ways to get to the stars on this stage other than the intended route, just by going up or down a couple of levels. Now, this spot of the stage right here, there's actually a very interesting thing that happened that nobody has been able to explain. During a run one day, somebody was standing at the bottom of those platforms and was suddenly warped to the top of the platforms, and they have no idea why. They put out a $1,000 prize for anyone that could explain how that upwarp happened and duplicate it. So all you have to do, go on this stage, duplicate that upwarp, explain how somebody else can then duplicate the upwarp, bam, $1,000 in your pocket. It's been at least 5 years, it might be more now, and no one's been able to duplicate it. And the prevailing argument about what happened is that an invisible neutron that passes through everything, right? Passed through the N64 and the cartridge and shorted one of the pins that made that upwarp happen. That's the prevailing idea for what happened with that, and why it's not able to be replicated.
Yes, now going here into rainbow, we are going to start.
This is probably the star that I hate the most in this game.
Loses speed, so we want to get more speed while not flying, or more height, jumping off the box here, flying around, so that we can get enough speed to fly all the way up to this top cloud here without any use of any cannons. Shout out to SM64 Expert for finding this. It saves about 10 seconds and makes the entire run cannonless.
For the first time in SM64 history, no cannons in the entire game.
True cannonless.
Okay.
Again, that
Yeah, that's impressive.
119, the pivoting as based on the brute forcing, so cool. Now, we have
That is a horrible star to get.
Stars, so there's no infinite staircase here. But there are stairs, and we want to fast travel, so we're going to slide kick and start a backwards long jump to get into Bowser in the Dark World. The final level, once again, starting off with a slide kick dive.
That staircase is why people discovered the backwards long jump in the first place. Because if you don't have 70 stars, when you try to climb that staircase, it keeps warping you down to the bottom of the staircase. Well, they're doing the crazy stuff again.
More speed, allowing us to get to the remaining 2 red coins on this level.
So much speed going backwards. We clip into this object with a quick triple jump side flip. Jump dive, we're making it all the way up here.
Go to the pole and then make it up to these elevators.
Once again, an elevator. We're going to backwards long jump, clip through the walls here to grab our last red coin.
That's crazy.
Actually going underneath the floor for a little bit to be able to get the 120.
120 coins. Now they just got to beat Bowser.
Pipe flip, pipe flip.
Thank you all so much for counting up those stars, but we are not done counting just yet. We have got to count up all of these Bowser throws. Can we get them all?
Yeah, you got to do 3 on this one.
Side flip dive here to grab Bowser just a little bit faster. 2. Triple jump dive even faster.
3. And now we actually BLJ on this rising platform to get a tiny bit of extra speed. Talk to Bowser. And now with that extra speed conserved out of the text box, we're able to go directly into, wait for it, This time.
Huh.
Pretty good run, huh?
That was all right. We didn't quite get sub 114, but close enough.
Wasn't the final time, so 4,444.44 seconds?
Yes, the final time is 4,444.44 seconds with a little bit of margin of error.
So you want to go for shout-outs?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, there has just been...
Yeah, that was pretty good.
This has been in the works for so long. As I said, the last task was 14 years ago. And throughout that entire time, we've just been working on making all these improvements, culminating to this. There are over 70 contributors to the run you just saw. And we're going to list some of them.
If you look over here, you can see Yoshi on the rooftop when it's panning up and when it pans out. And Yoshi is only on the rooftop if you've collected 120 coins. And if you manage to get up there on the roof, and there's a couple different ways that you can do it. The official way is to use a cannon to get up there. If you talk to Yoshi, he gives you 100 lives. Well, he gives you 99.
Really do need to shout out. First of all, once again, thank you to Adam Pass and Circumark for doing all of the lag reduction in every start, all the castle movement, everything. They did that in just a few months, in just a really short time, so I'm massively grateful for them because it was such a time crunch. I also need to shout out my goat, Critholith, who has just been one of the best contributors. He found so many crazy strats, but he also came up with a program called Scattershot, which is a tool for brute forcing and finding movement in levels, which has just made making this task so much easier and also just created some amazing strategies. So massive shout outs to him. Additionally, not just the authors, I need to shout out to all the people who make all the tools we use to make the task. So shout outs to Arrow Maker and all the team behind MooPen64. That's the emulator we use to make this run. They've just been continuously working, doing bug fixes, quality of life improvements. Without them, we would not have been able to make this task. Additionally, thank you to everyone who's worked on all of the tools we use to make
Mario 64's credit theme is pretty good.
But all the additional external tools such as Stroop, SM64 Lua, and just countless more. Every contribution, whether it's creating inputs or creating all the tools behind the scenes, all of that has come together over all this time to create this run. So thank you to everyone.
And biggest shout outs to Palix here. For being the one person who put together the task community.
He refuses to take credit. Please give it up for Palix. He put this together.
So here's a fun thing about the penguin. When you first encounter the penguin, he's nice and slim. But after you collect 120 stars, if you go back and challenge the penguin again, they've stretched him like super wide. And now he says that he's been in the off season and he got fat.
TAS, SM64 task. There's a task competition going right now. People of any levels can join. That's like noob to pro. And we'd love to have you there. In the meantime, though.
You gonna go? So, all right. Okay. Thank you all so much for being so patient, honestly, because I know this has been in the works for a long time. I've seen so many comments just saying, where's 120? Here it is. Thank you all so much for being here. I've been Palix.
I've been Crackhex.
I've been Xander.
And I've been 11059.
Thank you, Games Done Quick.
Maybe a Maya 64 penguin.
On one hand, wow. On the other
Alright. While we're on this screen, I'm going to run and refill my drink. I will be right back.
Genuinely incredible, and thank you all so much for your donations thus far. We are at 1.768 million and counting. I want to remind you all real quick that we need to reach that $2 million milestone effectively by the end of this coming Link to the Past, so we can make sure we can also see that Super Dram World 3. We're going to take a few moments of a break here. Make sure you do what you got to do and be back in a few minutes for something very special.
All right, hello everybody. My name is JPEG. I'm one of the host coordinators, been working behind the scenes supporting folks like our lovely Zenadir. While he takes a moment, I'm going to read some of those donations that came in that is getting us closer and closer to our glitch showcase, like $40 from Fifth Spence saying, kudos to Pelix, Crackhex, and team for sitting down and making 120 happen. It's one thing to task 1 star and an entirely different thing to put it all together. I'm in awe of your persistence in bringing us all a bunch of speed. Thank you so much for your generous donation. We really, really appreciate you. And really, it does not stop there. First of all, we are $70,000 of the way to this $200,000 for the Link to the Past Glitch Showcase. Listen, you're not going to want to miss this. Let's talk about it. Link to the Past can be glitchy sometimes, but Requiem of Spirit is going to show you just how far this game can be pushed when this incentive is met. So seriously, y'all, you're not going to want to miss this. We are over a third of the way there, and I know you can bring this home. Like $1,000 from Math's Vlog in support of that. Thank you so much, saying, go Mario, go MSF. We also have $5 from Drake saying, wait, go back. I blinked and I missed a star. I think it was the 6 red coins in Bowser in the Dark World. I know, some of those were really, really fast. I can't blame you for that one. $5 from Bowser saying, I fear no Toad, but that Mario, he scares me. And frankly, after watching that task, Mario scares me a little too. I have to agree. We have $100 from Spence with no comment, but thank you so very much for your generosity. Oh my gosh, we also have another $1,000 donation from Casey Boyette. Thank you so much. Longtime viewer, first-time donor. It's hard for me to catch these streams live, so I'm so glad I get to donate during an amazing Mario 64 task. I could not agree more. This was an incredible, incredible showcase. We also have $100 here coming in from Ink Test. I just have to say, the SM64 community is really the best. I haven't done much myself to the tasking scene, but it kept me occupied with theory crafting and trying failed strats during hard times. Thank you so much, SM64 tasking community. And thank you so much for that incredible reminder that gaming is something that we do together collaboratively, and that's what we are doing in this space. We have come together to do these incredible creative endeavors and do these things that seem impossible to raise incredible funds for MSF. We are so, so, so grateful for everything that y'all are supporting us in doing, and so grateful for all of our runners, our couches, everybody behind the scenes. We can't say enough for the work that y'all are doing.
Real quick, did you all enjoy hearing the amazing JPEG on mic for a few moments there? Let's go.
Don't you love how my model skips around crazy like when I sit back down? Oop. There we go. I've been making weird versions of tea. Oh. This is a commercial. That's one of the little couch guys. One of the little avatars for the audience in plushie form. Velocity is his name. Velocity plushie from the Yeti. Yeti's an awesome company.
Shout out to the
Cookie
amazing
clicker.
team behind
Bum,
the Yeti
bum,
and
bum,
the
bum.
always fantastic collection they bring us for Games Done Quick events every single year. Be sure to check them out. And if you're here in person, I mean, you probably have an opportunity to have walked past their booth a few times there. It's been fantastic all week. We are officially at 1.777 million. Great timing on that one. So welcome back, everyone, to Summer Games Done Quick 2026. Am I the only one still processing that task? Because that was, wow. We are officially past the $75,000 mark on that glitch showcase for The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. We need 200,000 total on that. And reminder, we need it before the end of this run upcoming. Only a little over an hour and like 20-ish minutes. But again, the quicker we get that is the quicker we also open up other incentives for the remainder of this amazing finale day. And also, every donation you put in, especially if you're putting towards that incentive.
Did he say Rander?
Because you're helping us reach that milestone of $2 million. If we can reach that, we can add.
I have these bananas from like 2 weeks ago that were like super green when I got them, and they're still green, but I think they're starting to go bad. So I've sealed them up in a plastic bag in order to try to encourage them to ripen faster, because I don't have any of that gas that you need to spray on them in order to make them ripen.
We are so thankful for all the support you have provided us, and especially for Doctors Without Borders thus far.
So I figure, since fruit offset that gas, it's called like hexic something gas. Since fruit offset that gas as part of the ripening process, to speed up the ripening process, if I put them in a bag and they offset the gas in the bag, there'll be more gas in the bag than it just dissipating into the air.
If you're a big Expedition 33 fan, one that keeps standing out to me.
Not a fan of bananas, but your favorite drink is banana milkshake? I'm okay with bananas.
Minimum donation, you could be entered to win the Alicia's mask. Beautifully printed. It looks incredible seeing it in person. A genuinely amazing recreation. It was 3D printed in PLA and finished with careful hand-painted details. It is very, very unique. If you're a big E33 person,
it is very unique.
And especially with Link to the Past coming up, a lot of Legend of Zelda prizes currently available. There's an enamel pin set for $5. For $50, there is a Master Sword framed canvas print. Truly beautiful. Definitely take a look at the gdq.gg/prizes list. There's so much. And as a general reminder, if you have donated a total of $250 across the whole week, you can be entered.
So many Expedition 33 things are going on right there.
In person, again, amazing. There's the Pokemon Mega Evolution TCG bundle, like how am I supposed to hold all these cards kind of beat. There's the Spyro Gemstone set. Hard to catch that one on camera. Let me tell you, as someone who directs those prize segments, but it's beautiful. And also that Valheim Sword and Shield Grand Prize Bundle. The shield, I'm a big fan of the neck, personally. It's really cute plush. Not cute in game, but, you know. Has anyone had a chance to catch some of the amazing videos that we made about those grand prizes? There was 4 of them we've aired in the last 24 hours. They were pretty amazing, right? Brought to you by several creative minds, including The Clinket, The Trey, our amazing editor, and several others who lended their talents to make those happen. Something we might be able to do more in the future, so that would be incredible. Hopefully you did enjoy them, and again, take a look at those prizes when you have an opportunity. Somewhat speaking of, we did get a $50 donation here from Dan Finnan, and they said, thanks everyone behind the scenes who make this amazing event happen. Can I get a big thank you to all of our volunteers and staff? Woo! Truly, so many minds and so many hands come together to make each GDQ happen. It genuinely could not happen without all of them, and especially without all of you in our audience today. If you can't volunteer, maybe you do in the future, but right now, obviously you can't. You can still share this around, share the stream, because now we're on Twitch and YouTube. Shout out to that.
Yeah, me
This
too.
community is all it takes to really make this continue happening, and we're so thankful you are all here.
Everybody's copying me about streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I've been doing that since forever.
Did anyone in the audience get the chance to check
Cave
out that
Story.
First to Hope VR experience at the MSF booth this week? I heard a couple woos there.
Hey, there's
It was a
Curly
truly
Brace.
incredible 12-minute immersive and interactive VR experience produced by Doctors Without Borders just to help raise awareness of the humanitarian
I should
consequences of
finish
war
that
that
game.
began through the
Although
story.
at this point I'm
MSF,
probably
Mr.
gonna have to
Saleh,
just
Mohammed,
start the whole game
Fawad,
over
living as a
again.
refugee in Chad. If you did have the opportunity to do it, truly unforgettable. Be sure to tell people it was about.
I was doing that as a
Hey,
there's Brace.
Documentary we yesterday.
I was doing Cave Story as part of a Let's Play on the Talking Time forums. It was in fact the last one that I did for Talking Time. And I was doing it when the whole Maker collapse happened that screwed up my channel and I never got to finish it. Part of the videos that are still like privated on my channel that I can't unprivate are the Cave Story videos.
Milestone and then some, because without you we cannot do it. We cannot change lives throughout the world, but together we can truly do the impossible. Thanks.
I have not this game up here. This is from I think Undertale, might be Deltarune. I'm not sure. One of the two. I've not played either of them. Alicia's Mask, Clair Obscure, Expedition 33. This is cute. Don't know what this is from. Let's see. Stream Player Gamer.
Continue getting things set up and you're all vibing to this amazing music. We're going to take a moment. I see everyone dancing out there. We're going to take a quick moment, show you a short video about Flame Fatales. We'll be right back.
Flame Fatales is their I think twice a year all female streaming event.
We want your speed runs, your showcases, your races, your challenge runs. Our goal is to show off all the amazing talent here in the Flame Fatales community.
That's you!
Don't have a world record in your game?
Okay.
That's okay.
There's only ever one world record!
We don't need world records. We need fun and awesome runs from passionate community members. Whether that's new games, old games, cozy games,
Horse games.
go away. Anything and everything you want to play, we want to see. We need passionate women and femme runners who are excited about their games, and that means you.
Speaking of running, horses can run on too!
All you need is a video of your run. And if you've got commentary, that's a bonus. Our submissions open about 3 months before the event, so join the Discord and get notified when they do. We're excited to see your submissions.
And your beautiful, majestic horses.
We do not have the horse games. You want anything that just says no.
Okay, was that supposed to be funny? Was it supposed to be charming?
All right, that was the exact amount of time we needed. We had
It was
a
neither.
very incredible GDQ cinematic universe crossover that I never saw happening, and huge shout out to the Melo Acevedo for making it happening. we have a very important interview with the Iron Mouse of big VTuber fame.
Iron Mouse?
And Greta,
Yeah, Iron Mouse is awesome.
MSF, take it away.
If you don't know who Iron Mouse is a VTuber from Puerto Rico. And she is amazing.
I'm joined today by Greta Doucette from Doctors Without Borders. I'm also joined by another very, very, very special guest, Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse, another VTuber.
I'm really nervous.
It's okay, we all are.
It's true.
Iron Mouse, this is such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining today. I wanted to start really quick just because this is a crossover, right? This is like some
It's a crossover.
streaming communities. There's a whole lot of overlap, but maybe not everybody knows what GDQ is. So I'll briefly explain that Games Don't Quit, this is a video game speedrunning marathon where we're fundraising for Doctors Without Borders. You can go to gdq.gg/donate to submit your donation now to help raise that money for live humanitarian aid all across the world.
Yes.
So that's Games Don't Quit. We got a lot of great things on the schedule. But for now, Iron Mouse, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm really excited and honored to be here. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
We're so honored to have you. I gotta say, like
Like a little
the way that
Puerto
this
Rico
happened-
flag
yeah, you got
in the
more
corner
claps.
over there.
Come and people are loving it.
Clap.
Yes, clap. Oh.
Thank you.
I want to give a shout out real quick. The way that this happened is by a viewer. You have a viewer, their name is Shay, or Scum Shay in your chat, who is my brother's partner and one of your super fans. And Shay loves watching your streams and is like, did you know that Iron Mouse loves GDQ? So we just kind of emailed you and we're like, would you be interested in kind of doing
There's
something
a
together?
lot of
And
people
we're so
who
thankful
are
that you
super fans of GDQ.
That's great. Oh my God. Well, I'm really glad that you guys got in touch with me, and I can't believe I'm here, to be honest.
Yeah. So I want to start by asking you, like, speaking about that love for GDQ, how long have you been watching?
I've been watching for quite a bit. I don't really remember how long, a few years. But man, it's been a wild ride the whole time. And I'm just really, oh my God, I'm so excited to be here. I'm sorry. I'm like,
It's okay. Yeah. And it has been a while. GDQ, we've been around for so long. I think we're going on 16 years now.
Yeah.
So there's been a lot.
16 years.
I know.
The first Games Done Quick event was in Mike Uyama's basement in 2010.
I wanted to ask, are there any like memories or like GDQ?
Actually, it was his grandmother's basement because they tried to rent out a lobby
I was watching.
in a hotel,
I was watching.
but they didn't. It got canceled on them last minute, and he had to do it in his grandmother's basement.
So nervous. Like, I'm just like not even, my brain isn't even registering anything. Dead by
Can you
Daylight?
describe it to me? Dead by Daylight. Dying Light?
Dying Light, I'm so sorry.
Light Run, yeah.
Dying Light, I was watching it, here I am, sick in bed, just laying back, and I'm just like, oh, I need something really good to watch, and I've been watching, and I'm just like, oh.
You know,
my
you're touching on
cozy-
something that like so many people talk about, which is like GDQ is a very comfortable, cozy thing to watch.
Yes, oh my God.
It is.
I
It really
can't
is.
begin to explain, like, how many times I've just been stressed out, or I've been super sick, and I've just been wanting to find something that I can just relax and watch, and it's been GDQ the whole time. It's great.
Oh yeah, I feel the same
It's like
way.
medicine, I tell you.
Yeah, it is like medicine. Mouse, speaking of, cozy things and medicine and doing great for the world, we of course have Greta with us, who works for MSF, and I know that you do a lot of fundraising, very specifically for IDF, and I think it's very, very cool how there is, like I said in the beginning of this segment, a lot of overlap between sort of content creation for good, right? And like using creativity for advocacy. Could you speak on like what that means to you to be able to have a platform and have your creative outlets like singing and everything else that you do to raise funds for good causes?
Oh man, it
Raise
means a lot to me,
funds.
honestly. I'm gonna be honest, I never thought that I'd ever be in the position that I am right now. I just remember the Immune Deficiency Foundation supported me at a time where I was very sick and I was scared and I didn't know what was going on with me. They helped me out quite a bit, and I always thought, man, if I'm ever in a position to ever give back to the organization that basically practically saved my life. I want to be there for them, and I want to do all that I can to raise awareness and to help them. And thankfully, by some sort of miracle, I became a streamer, I became a VTuber, and I have an amazing community that has been supporting me and who has been so generous and kind and loving and has taken up the same cause that I have taken up in raising awareness for CVID and raising awareness for donating plasma. And it's just been, it's been great. It's been great. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, raising awareness is so important. I mean, so much of it is just a lack of information. Like people not realizing that it could be something as simple as like donating $5 or donating plasma if you're capable and like have the ability. There are so many little ways that each of us can show up to make a real difference. Greta, I want to turn to you and ask if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I really like what you said about like you have an amazing community, because I think, you know, community is so important to fundraising and raising awareness for causes. And your community can see your passion for the organization that you're fundraising for. And, you know, and I think that's really prevalent too with SGDQ. We see the passion in this community for Doctors Without Borders and that life-saving medical care. And it's really the same thing as your community as well. Community has, you know, it's so important. It makes such a difference. It's very powerful.
It does.
Yeah.
It is very powerful, and I'm very grateful that I have such a wonderful community, and you guys have an amazing community too, and that's great.
Yeah, I mean, people have power, right? Especially when people come together and they stand behind something and they stand up for something and they say, we're gonna make a change. We're gonna make a difference. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the GDQ community, about your precious family, about everybody that continues to do like these great things for great causes. Mouse, I love music. A lot of you at GDQ are not surprised to know that I'm a singer. I know you're a singer as well.
Wait, you're a singer?
I am a singer.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Yes.
I want to hear you sing.
Oh, I want to hear you sing, Mouse. Nobody wants to hear. They get to hear me sing all the time.
I want to hear both of you sing.
You can hear me on
I have a feeling at some point in Claire Obscure there's going to be a hidden donation incentive to hear Iron Mouse sing one of the songs.
Yes, so I'm half Puerto Rican, I'm half Dominican. I know you're Puerto Rican. Representation is so important to me. It's one of the many reasons that I continue to show up in the best way that I can for GDQ in support of this community, to show other people that there are people out there that look like you, that have shared experiences like you, and you can make an impact in your own way. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh my God. I mean, I feel the same way. I'm very proud of my heritage. I'm proud of being Latina. I'm proud to be Puerto Rican. And I just love sharing that fact. I think my community knows. They're like, oh, Mouse, she has to mention that she's Puerto Rican at least once a day. Or if not, she's probably going to die. It's true. It's just how I am. And I'm very proud to be able to, I guess you could say, represent my community.
That Red Bull sponsorship is paying. Right there, front and center.
People about my culture and just share it with everybody. It was great. We just recently did
The fourth person in the interview is the Red Bull cabinet.
And we did a few streams around the island, and it was really nice to be able to share you know, Puerto Rico with like people that probably have never even heard of my little island.
Yeah, gosh, that's so nice. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I've never even had the chance to go myself. But
oh my God, you have to go.
I know, I have to. I promise I will. I'll go to PR and DR one day very soon.
Yes.
And also shout out Connor. I heard some people perk up in the crowd when you said Connor's name, so shout out to Connor as well.
Shout out Connor. Hi.
Connor, Sea Dog VA.
Okay, so Mouse, I think you've done so many cool things, but again, I kind of got distracted earlier because the Puerto Rican pride took over. I wanted to talk about singing. It happened.
I feel you. I understand it happened.
Compromise, Life Without Immunity. I know that you you and Rachel Moore and Zach Moore kind of wrote the ending credits, Carry On song to that movie. And I think that is another like very cool example of using your creativity, using your talents to have an impact in some way. Can you talk about the creation and that whole project in general?
Oh, I honestly, I can't take any credit for that because I am terrible at writing lyrics. What I do is I like to tell people, hey, this is a vibe that I'm going for, this is what I feel, and this is what I want to convey and express. And I get a professional to do the writing for me because I feel like I am not articulate enough and I'm just not clever enough to come up with anything good. But thankfully, you know, I work with people that are extremely talented that know what they're doing, and somehow they always know my feeling, and I think that's very important.
But you know what's so important is that like you were able to identify that we are not all perfect at everything, right? And I think like I can relate to that. For example, like I'm pretty much a retired speedrunner. I haven't done much speedrunning in the last 10 years. That's not necessarily where my strengths are with GDQ. Like my strengths show up in different ways, but because we're here together, because we can collaborate with each other, and because we do all show up and like turn up different knobs, we're still creating a beautiful thing together. And that's what I think you did. So I want to give you a round of applause for that.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
His fingernails are entirely too shiny to be in an interview.
I feel like it's like a piece of music. A lot of songs.
Especially because he talks with his hands a lot. And so all I'm seeing are his mirrored fingernails.
Share them with people, you know. Some people might not get it, but that's okay.
I mean, it means a lot to me as well. I mean, essentially through despair, through challenge, like no matter what you're going through, like you have to have resiliency. And I think that song is a great way, or it's a great medium for that message.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yep, that's basically my motto. Never give up, keep on going, and
never give up, never surrender.
Like I just gotta keep on going and keep moving forward, you know.
Yeah. Okay, Mouse, we're still watching Games Done Quick. We have, of course, after this, there's going to be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That's a run by Requiem of Spirit. That game is busted.
Love it.
Like, you have to and stick for that. But, Mouse, I want to ask you, is there anything in particular on the schedule that you are excited for and that you want to watch?
Oh, well,
There's only 2 games, like 3 games left in the schedule.
I'm really excited.
I'm so excited.
I watched the Peak speedrun.
You watched Peak?
Oh my god!
I love
You don't
Peak.
understand. I love that game so much.
Yes.
You can ask my chat, my community. I spam that game for like months, and they're like, "Mouse, when are you gonna stop playing Peak, please?" And I'm like, "I love Peak." So every time I see anybody playing Peak, I have to watch because I love it so much. I just wish I was good enough to speedrun. I'm very bad and I can never do it. But I'll live vicariously through other people, it's fine.
That's what I do here. I'm not a speedrunner.
The beauty of speedrunning, Mouse, is that you are competing with yourself. So as long as you do it and you set a time, you're a speedrunner. And then just try to get a better time than that and you just keep going. Yeah, people like that.
It's true. Anybody can speedrun.
Anybody can speedrun. Anybody can speedrun.
It's true.
That's a nice... I'll try to keep that in mind if I ever try.
Mouse, I want to ask if you had any message to all the folks watching, whether it be from the GDQ stream, from your community, is there any message that you would send to the folks at home watching Games Done Quick in support of MSF?
Oh my god. Well, my message to everybody watching this week is we're almost across the finish line, and I just want to thank you guys so much for the incredible support to the GDQ and to MSF. There's so much more that happens to build this level of production, and it's so huge. So shout out to GDQ for running such a great event every year.
Thank you, Mouse.
Thank you so much.
Twice a year.
Something really
More than
cool
twice
just
a year,
happened.
actually.
I'm so thankful that we get to have you on air.
Because they've got Flame Fatales, they've got Frost Fatales, they've got Black in the Flash. Whole bunch of stuff. They got the hot fix that's like daily. There's GDQ stuff running all the time.
Thank you. Of course, keep watching. We still got to get our bonus game on the schedule. If we get to $2 million, you're going to see Super Dram World 3 in just a few hours. But yes, everybody's so excited. It's the finale day.
Yes.
Mouse, you have been so wonderful. I don't want to say bye.
I know. I feel like we could yap forever.
Well, they have the 2 big events, Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. But Black in the Flash, Flame Fatales, and Frost Fatales are all in-person events that they also put on. The hotfix is mostly online type of event, but they do have some special like GDQX events that they put on for a couple of days at like TwitchCon and stuff like that. Nari Mom says hi.
For making the time and for being here, for showing their community something amazing like GDQ.
So yeah, they've got a couple of things. They've expanded out in the last 6 years.
A lot of donations in, very specific to this. Here's $25 from Abnotis that said, always happy to donate to charities, and what would be a better segment than when my two worlds of speedrunning and Iron Mouse collide? And that's exactly what we're hoping for. Join the community on both sides for GDQ and for Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse is really humble in saying that she's not doing a lot of stuff. She didn't mention what was going on in her situation in that interview, but she's actually immunocompromised, and she has been for her entire streaming career. She can't leave her house. In most cases, she can't leave her bedroom, and she's been bedbound for like years. It's only been recently that her health has improved enough for her to actually get up out of bed and stuff.
Thank you so much, Ben, for that wonderful.
And
I'm Requiem of Spirit. I am a Link to the Past. And
yeah, so.
Not Ocarina of Time. I know. I'm sorry. We're working on that. I'm going to be running a Link to the Past, all dungeons.
So yes, that foundation, the IDF, is the Immunodeficiency Foundation. Had she took up she took up collecting for because they actually helped her when she couldn't pay for her medication. Because a lot of people don't know that one bag of plasma, of blood plasma, costs $15,000, and she needs to take 1 to 2 of those a week. And like now she can afford to do that, but before she couldn't, and the IDF helped her get the medicine that saved her life.
It allows you to do basically whatever you want to do in the overworld.
But then she's also been taking care of other streamers, specifically VShojo, because she was one of the founding VTubers that was part of VShojo. And when the whole VShojo thing fell apart last year, Mouse personally made a lot of the girls in VShojo like right. She squared the money that they were owed. And she never talks about doing stuff like that.
We're going to skip that for now. Fox or Twin, you guys want to walk through the sequence of steps you go through to skip that?
Yeah, so what we're going to do here, Requiem is going to we'll grab this sword here, and then he's going to do a very difficult trick called the jump, which is...
This stream has been kind of my test run to see where my voice is at. Over the course of a stream. So I think we're gonna watch to the end of this run, and then I'm going to end after the Legend of Zelda run here.
The escape is kind of the tutorial. But we want to go do that first because it gives us the boots, which allow us to move much faster and also make a number of glitches much easier. So there we go. You see,
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. This is kind of my. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is my test to see how well my voice is doing, and it's passable, but I think it might need a couple more days before it actually is like fully recovered, I think.
His animation is like skipping every 3rd frame or something like that.
So I'm still gonna do the Mecha Chameleon collaboration on Monday, but my first full stream back is going to be on Tuesday.
Yeah, being a bunny is super important here. If we were regular Link, then we would take shock damage from that instead, and that won't put us under the floor. But yeah, with that, we walk under this guard, and we have finally escaped Hyrule Castle. We're not through yet, as you might know, there are still a few guards blocking a whole bunch of the pathways to Eastern Palace. And this is going to showcase what you might see a lot in this run. Diagonal walls in this game are just a suggestion. And, you know, to showcase that right here, I'm going to perform some inputs to clip into this wall. And with the right set of movements here, we can jump halfway into this transition. And when you do that and take the transition, you just walk straight past the water, straight past that barricade, onto the bridge, and we're off to Eastern. Now, I don't need to do anything more. I could just walk into Eastern normally, but that's no fun. We can save a bit more time by clipping to the entrance of Eastern instead. I'm going to get here and do another set of precise inputs to teleport onto this cliff.
And then once we're on the cliff, which will be in just a second, we'll do something that we're going to do a number of times in this, where we're going to take a ledge hop that takes us below the bottom of the screen. And when that happens, you wrap up to the top of the screen, and so the entrance to Eastern is just right here, and you can walk right in.
Yeah, Eastern is, we don't have much equipment. There's a lot of things you can do that are illegal in this category. So why don't we pass it over to Zen? Just a few quick donations.
My pleasure. Here is $500 from the NASR. They said, had to save my donation for Link to the Past, my favorite, and in my personal opinion, best Zelda. This donation is dedicated to all the doctors of the world. That includes my father, who is no longer with us. He would spend his time off watching me play games, including Link to the Past. Thank you so much for your generosity.
All of the speedrunning chicks.
And for sharing the story of how this game and how our marathons have touched your heart. Here's $500 as well from Henry R. that says, love watching GDQ with my dad. Can't wait for the Link to the Past run. $50 from Piano Man JP.
This was very much one of the Zelda games that I ended up skipping.
Hard to believe that 35 years ago, this was the first game I bought.
Mainly because my Super Nintendo was stolen before I had the opportunity to actually buy this game.
To give you a little bit of context on this run, the route that we're doing now was mostly figured out about 6 years ago. For a long time, we had to do the escape first because you can't actually save and quit in this game until after you've talked to your uncle. And we didn't know a fast way to skip the escape sequence for a very long time. And then a runner in 2020 named Blank42 worked out a combination of tricks that I think all of them were already known, but he sort of did a bunch
I know you can do that RTA, which he just did, but
creative route at the beginning.
I forget, we're not watching the task.
Another big one is that
So yeah, of course you can do that RTA, because he just did it RTA. The task has broken my brain.
Kind of an exciting surprise trick that we have.
Collecting arrows.
I don't know if those watching could hear, but if you
Hey, it's not a randomizer.
hear the rain going on, then that's because we have not rescued Zelda yet.
Yeah.
So that's a flag that will stick with us for a while.
You do actually have to rescue Zelda to complete this category. It's in the rules of the category, so we will be doing that.
We do count Hyrule Castle as a dungeon.
Yes. And this is an all dungeons run.
Yep.
Yeah, for anyone who was watching close there, we went through a screen where we're supposed to collect the big key, but instead of defeating all the enemies like you're supposed to do, we can just damage boost straight to the pod that has the switch that gives us the big key, so pretty nice skip there.
We're stocking up on arrows here. We need a lot of arrows for a glitch that we're going to do momentarily, so we're good on those.
This is just Armos, just 18 arrows, and he's dead.
Or
And
19.
one for the wall.
One for the wall.
All right, remember to set index.
All right, thank you.
And you're good on money.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'd notice that I switched a lamp there. You might think that seems like a waste of a menu. While the pendant is falling, you actually get a free menu, and this lamp is pretty important. As soon as I exit this dungeon, I'm gonna lamp 3 times. I'm not sure how in-depth we want to go into this. So Fox, do you want to take care of, do you want to talk about what we're doing and setting up for in the future? Or can we hold off for later?
We're just doing setting up shenanigans for later in the run.
I'm throwing all the hard balls to Fox.
Good, because I don't know.
Shenanigans.
There's a moderate amount of like complicated memory manipulation that we do in this run. If you want to learn more about it, maybe join the Link to the Past Discord. People love talking about this stuff in there, but it's pretty hard to explain during the run. So we'll mention it when we get to it, but the details are pretty complicated.
But yeah, now we have the Pegasus boots. So you've noticed earlier that to clip into the diagonal walls, I had to do some pretty specific, precise movement. A whole bunch of sword buffers you might have seen there. Now that we have the boots, a lot of that's trivialized. We're starting with a minor glitch here called spin speed, where if we hit the A button, the same time we release the B button, we can keep the super speed. And to showcase how broken these
spin speed. Now, it's interesting that they're noting how broken the game is, but they're specifically playing on the Japanese 1.0 version. Because on the, if you try to do this trick here, spin speed and later dash hammer, on the North American release version or the PAL release version of this game, you will find that you can't do it. Because before it was released out of Japan, they patched it out.
So we're going to do a trick here. It's called New DMA. It was discovered almost 10 years ago. And this takes us right past the glove, the rock that you need the glove to lift, and it'll let us do the sequence where we rescue the old man and get our mirror.
That was another map wrap, correct?
Screen
no,
wrap.
screen wrap. That's
Screen
right.
wrap.
Map wraps are the other way. Just for those who are sensitive, there is some graphical glitchy stuff coming up, and it does flash quite a bit. So once we exit this cave with the old man, the game is a little confused because of rain state. And so we still have clouds and the lightning flashes, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what the rain looks like on the mountain. Really pretty.
That's what it looks like in real life, too.
The upside of this is that there's no boulders coming down.
Oh, yes.
So now we're going to do, this is called Kiki Yeet. I don't really understand exactly how this works, but it sort of throws us across the screen, and then we can do some movements. We're not really doing anything glitchy here, except that the camera is all screwed up, but we're just hopping down into a cave here. And then I'm going to briefly talk about the underworld map. So all the caves and dungeons in the game are laid out on one big, like 2x2 grid, or sometimes we call it a quilt. And we're currently in the very bottom of that grid, and so we go below the bottom of that grid, and that takes us all the way up to a room on the top of the grid. And this room is in the first Dark World dungeon, which is called Palace of Darkness. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to collect the big key and the hammer. And getting the big key while you're in a cave for like complicated, annoying technical reasons gives you a cave, gives you the big key that works in the cave and also works in Hyrule Castle and the second and third Light World dungeons. And so this is going to save us quite a lot of time, but we will, as Requiem put it yesterday, have to pay for our sins later on by coming back to this dungeon two times instead of only once to finish it. And that's going to be really cool when we get to it. But that's not for a little bit. So right now we grab the big key.
The big
key. We're going to go over to the big chest. We're going to do what is technically considered a minor glitch called hammer jump to get across a pit and into a railing.
Now, Fox, we're in a cave.
Yes.
How are we opening key doors?
So whenever you're in a cave, you start with 255 keys, and that's enough to open the doors that are there.
Okay.
The game only just checks if you have 0 keys, then you can't open a door. But in cave state, it sets it to 255, and it's signed to not render the keys. But because we're not at 0, we can just open every single key door.
You will also notice that there are no sprites, enemy sprites or anything, and that includes the falling bridge here, which makes the hammer jump free because it's not timed anymore.
Yes, much easier.
Yeah. Now, the sprites do spawn. I believe they spawn like 60,000 pixels above where we are, so we can't see them.
Yeah. They're just not there.
Yeah. All right, so now we've done a bit of shopping. We've grabbed that big key, we've grabbed our hammer. Now,
I guess he means up.
So, clipping into this cliff.
Not like up the Z-axis, but up the X-axis. That would make sense.
And dashing on the screen, you might not look it, but we're actually on top of Hyrule Castle, and we can enter this right side door. It's finally time to make our way to Zelda.
So I think we could probably get a donation in while we're making our way to Zelda.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's a $500 donation from the MK. They said, greetings from backstage here. Have some help for the glitch exhibition and the bonus game. I want to point out in the 12-ish minutes we've been on this game, we have raised over $16,000 and counting.
Nice work.
And the vast majority of it has gone towards that glitch showcase bringing us to 114,000 of the 200,000 we need, 85,000 to go. And a quick reminder on that, we are officially racing Wreck here. We have to beat Requiem of Spirit to get this before the end of the run. And while we're at it, we're also double dipping. Get us to that $2 million, that milestone. Super Dram World 3 Kaiser will be unlocked. We can do it together. Let's make it happen, gamers.
So I want to say, I saw
The Bloomerang.
that are in the exhibition, and my jaw was on the floor. Like, I play this game, and some of those glitches were like blowing my mind. So
Yeah, so Requiem, if we do get to see the glitch showcase, he's going to be showing off some new, very heavy-duty tech that was only discovered just a couple months ago. So if you're not like actively keeping up with this game every day, it will be almost certainly new to you. Very cool stuff.
Rec, you're supposed to kill that guy.
No, we don't need that. We got the big key for the cave state. That lets us skip that door entirely. Oh, we're not supposed to do that. So right now, I'm supposed to take Zelda through the sewers, but instead I'm going to save and quit. And what that does is if I mirror, it just takes me to the sanctuary. Who needs to go through the sewers?
So Requiem is going to do some incorrect movement here because he's playing on the SNES Classic.
That is
which,
right.
Emulates lag incorrectly, and anyway.
A lot of people don't like that this text is moving very fast, but you know, it is an official Nintendo console.
That's true.
So you'll also notice that the text is in Japanese, and that's because some of the glitches that we need to use in this run are
Look like I know my way around a goose.
They patch them out in later versions. So almost every single run that you'll see.
The moldy death croissant.
On the Japanese 1.0 version.
Yeah, so most of the major glitches, to my knowledge, work on all versions, but there's a number of, like we saw the spin speed right after we got the boots to allow you to move at dashing speed.
I am nowhere near as well versed in this game as I am in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, right there, I clipped straight through a wall, and we did another one of those screen wraps to jump all the way to the top of the screen.
Good eating on them critters. Plenty of oil. Wow, words are hard.
So that's going to be our destination for now.
When did words get so hard?
We might. Stay tuned.
You'll note that we did not collect the big key for Tower of Hera. That's one of the benefits of doing the Cave State route earlier, that we got the big key in Cave State Pod.
Yeah.
That gave us that big key as well.
That Cave State big key gives us so much time saved, because
I should probably learn a little bit more about A Link to the Past.
So a lot of the front of these dungeons just skipped. It amounts like
The
minutes.
Moon Barrel.
Did a bomb jump there to collect the orb, and now we're going to be making a short trip to a different dungeon. I don't like it here.
Oh, fire.
Oh, fire's gonna.
Oh, we can beat it. We can beat it.
Hold. All right, there we go.
Nice.
I wasn't worried at all.
So now we're
they
in
would-
Swamp Palace. That's right. Swamp Palace and Hera are right next to each other. We're
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
collecting the hook shot early.
So you remember those three lamp things that we did earlier? That's to set up this trick here.
So if you do the lamps right, and then you have those 3 arrows and those 2 bombs on screen.
6 arrows, wasn't it?
You need, yeah. You shoot 6 arrows. You end up with 3 arrows left on screen at the end. And then you can swim without flippers if you get the timing right.
Yep. Having that many sprites on screen just makes it so that the splash doesn't spawn, and those lamps were very important to making sure that the splash doesn't spawn. It's a lot of complicated memory management. But yeah, we have the hook shot, but you know what? I don't feel like beating Tower of Hera now. We'll come back later.
What do you feel like doing instead, Requiem?
Instead, I'm going to take my 5 hearts and go to a Dark World dungeon. We're heading to Thieves Town. This dungeon we're actually going to beat now. I promise. But yeah, we are on very low health. Thieves Town and the dungeons we do right after are very scary. So right there, I clipped through the floor. I had to dash up there, because if I held up normally, that would actually be a hard lock, and I'd lose the 2 minutes of progress I just had. Thankfully, we didn't do that. And now we're just freely roaming the Dark World.
So Thieves Town is our next dungeon. One of the reasons that this is nice is because the boss takes the same amount of damage from everything, so it doesn't matter that we only have the baby sword right now.
That is true. It's not that the boss takes the same amount of damage from everything, but the boss is programmed to die after a certain number of hits.
But it's lot of these screens you can just dash straight through, and in most cases, you are fine.
Yeah, if you're familiar with the no major glitches version of this run, the inside of this dungeon is going to look almost the same as that. There's one room where we have to do it a little bit differently, but very familiar to any glitchless runners.
I bet we could get a donation in.
Sure.
Here's a very, very generous $1,024 donation from Core Yggdrasil.
1024.
A lot of the ones coming up to my host desk right now are very large ones, so thank you to everyone for your generosity. Yggdrasil had said, love you all and what you do, and is one of the many people who have donated to help bring that glitch showcase within $75,000 remaining and counting. Keep it up, gamers. Make sure you select that incentive at the bottom of the page to make it happen. Together we can, but there's already under an hour left in that estimate, so we are racing a truly incredible runner that is Requiem of Spirit.
Yeah, we just passed the screen that we call the Hellway, and you have to be on one specific pixel to dash straight through, but even if you are, the enemies can block your path. As you can see, I had a bit of trouble dodging everything that they were throwing at me.
Yeah, he actually did get the pixel, but just blocked.
These grasshoppers are a pain in the ass. They do like 3 or 4 hearts of damage.
For those of you who have played the game vanilla, there's this room with a giant block that usually you can just lift up and go straight down. But we don't have any gloves.
That's true. There are gloves in this dungeon, and those are the only gloves that we're going to get. These are the good gloves, and then we just never pick up the bad gloves.
If we picked up, so we're going to pick up the Titan's mitts here in just a minute, which are the upgraded gloves for this this game. You'll see Rek here is doing all this. He's got to kill all these enemies with the hammer because it does tempered sword damage. We're going to go pick up the maiden over here in the cell, pick up the key, so then we can go back and pick up the gloves, or the Titan's mitts. When we do desert later, if we were to pick up the power gloves, which is the lower, what's the word I'm looking for?
Level?
Tier.
Yeah.
It would actually overwrite these Titan's mitts, and then we would not be able to finish the game.
Yeah, so in general, the game will let you downgrade stuff as long as the developers didn't think that it was possible to do it in that order. So like you can't downgrade the red mail to the blue mail because that's possible to do glitchless, and so they put in a check to prevent you. But you can go ahead and upgrade or downgrade your mitts if you want to.
There's actually a category that lets you downgrade your sword multiple times.
There's a category that forces you to downgrade your sword multiple times.
Blind.
This is fine. This is the boss of the dungeon. This is a scripted fight. Almost certainly, Requiem will do exactly the thing he always does, and nothing will go wrong. It looks pretty hectic, and if you mess up at all, it actually becomes very hectic, but all of this movement is completely predictable, and blind moves the same way every time, and there we go.
Yeah. So dying in that boss is more scary than dying in most other bosses.
I wouldn't say that fight was scripted, but there's special properties with the blind fight. The fight will always play out the same way, provided you always take the same action. But should you drop your action, or take the wrong one, it becomes very random very quickly.
Spending time with you this week at GDQ. Also got $5 here from Mikey and said, hey, Rek, it's your buddy Mikey. Super proud of you for running on the big stage. Does this run do Dingle Skip by chance? Much love, brother.
You'll see Dingle Skip soon.
Fantastic. And a $25 donation. There's some excitement for that one. $25 here from Senor Tapir that says, good luck, brother. I know you're going to knock this run out of the park with all the practice you have done.
All right, so now that that dungeon is done, we have a little bit of shopping to do. We need to pick up the book, which is what we're doing here. And then after that, we'll rescue the frog. We'll get our tempered sword. We need to pick up a little bit of money, and then we'll head to our next dungeon.
Yeah, so we're going to need 500 rupees, I guess 510 rupees for the rest of the run. We're going to get 300 of it here, so that makes the rest of the rupee routing very easy. And yeah, I think we can do a couple more donations during this collection sequence.
Happy to. Quick update, we are now under 70,000, just a little over 66,000 away for that glitch showcase. Let's absolutely make it happen. You do specifically have to select those incentives at the bottom of the page when you're donating, getting us all the way there and then some. We have $5 here from Nuki that said, "Hi, Spirit. It's a little unbelievable to say that I have known you for 8 years now. I've been
Hey,
here
the
many years for
dwarves.
just a few days, and it will always be beyond my own words to be able to spend time with you and our friends here at GDQ and wherever else it may be. I cherish you very dearly as a friend, and for you to be on this stage is truly an exciting time for all of us. From going on a side quest and getting the totally prestigious Butter Dog world record to showing off a ridiculously hard category such as this, I'm very proud of you. P.S. I'll even graciously invite you to do all the trees with us. You won't decline, right?"
Yay, red sword.
What's this about all trees?
I bet we have time for one more.
Here's 15 from MZ that said, "Go, Wreck, go! Can't wait to watch you slay this TLOZ, ALTTP, ADRMQ, LMNOP speedrun. Best of luck. You got this."
Yeah, thanks, guys. Anyway,
Woohoo, 300 rupees.
We're heading to our next dungeon, which is Skull Woods. Like Twin mentioned, we have a bunch of these items.
Hammering a baguette.
Like 4 items. The book was one of them, and we have 3 others, apart from the items you collect in dungeons, of course. And,
that's not good.
took a little hug to the spear there. Don't hug spear.
That's fine.
Would not recommend.
We don't want beams anyway.
Oh, good. We didn't fall in that hole. We don't want to fall in that hole.
He fell in that hole in practice yesterday.
He fell in that hole in practice earlier today.
They don't even know that.
I've fallen in that hole several
This is a pretty
times.
difficult dungeon, especially on low hearts.
Wall
Pretty
masters.
serious danger of dying.
Okay.
There's not a lot of glitches. This is very much another dungeon that's very much like the normal no major glitches run. Okay, I thought you were going to dash into that spike, but we're safe.
Yeah, a lot of things can get very chaotic in these 2 rooms with those mummies. The mummies do 2 hearts each, and they take 4 slashes to kill, so you don't want to have to deal with them.
So now we're going to go pick up the fire rod, and then we're going to head to the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, normally in NMG you come here with what, like a couple more hearts? It's a bit safer. So being low on health is a little bit scarier. We should be fine.
We should be fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to give him a hard time, but Requiem is actually good at this game and will not have any trouble fighting Mothula.
Does that mean I can blame you if things go wrong?
Oh, I am used to it.
Let's try to get one more donation in.
My pleasure. Here was a $10 donation from Frozen Flagon that said, "Thank you to our first-time donors." And
Not
sincerely,
exactly
I
a
want
very
to
exciting
thank you to everyone who
speedrun,
tuned
is
in,
it?
especially after that Iron Mouse segment, and decided to donate to help the amazing cause that is Doctors Without Borders. We could not do that without you, and you are the reason that we are now so near to 1.85 million and counting. Be sure to keep getting those donations in. And if you can't donate, just share the stream around. We've got YouTube and Twitch these days. Thank you, audience.
So yeah, these final screens to the boss are pretty difficult. A lot of stuff here can hurt quite a bit.
He is making really good time.
Hug any of the enemies here.
Here we want to slash the mummy into the spike because the mummy takes extra damage from the spike, which is in stark contrast to the next enemy we kill who takes no damage from spikes.
Yeah, Mothra.
Spikes are our biggest enemy here.
Yeah, you take Moth out of the arena, and they're a pushover.
Okay.
Okay, we're fine.
All right,
Okay.
we're fine.
But yeah, like, I was trying to be a bit more careful there. If you slash Mothula, it resets her attack pattern. But if you slash her into the spikes, obviously it's doing no damage. So I'm trying to very carefully either slash her away from the spikes or into the blocks. Yeah, we're through with that.
It's actually possible to push Mothula. Now, one thing I know about this particular boss, it's possible to push her onto the spikes and glitch her out.
Right after this crystal cutscene, which, speaking of crystals, SQ for donations.
Heard, we got 2 really big donations here. If you're on site, you know we had several vendors, and we also had a really
Well, I think it comes down to more the person that's playing the game.
Thanks to all the volunteers, runners, and attendees for all your support.
And how well they know the game.
As well as a 1,250.
You're always gonna have segments where, like, you're grinding and whatnot,
having a blast hosting the escape.
But if you have a good entertainer that is playing the game, then I think it'll be okay. Because I've watched some 8-9 hour speedruns before of RPGs, and I've been like completely engaged the entire time because the person that was playing the game was entertaining and just fun to watch and talk to. Then I've watched some other speedruns that was only supposed to last like 20 minutes, and I couldn't get 5 minutes into it because the person that was running, that was supposed to be entertaining, was either not entertaining or just not entertaining.
Super easy to defeat Moldorm, which was probably most of our childhood nightmares.
Yes.
But no, the real reason we're doing Hera this late is we want a health refill before the next dungeon. The next dungeon we're going to do is Misery Mire, which it requires us to collect the Ether Medallion. Now, one, the Ether Medallion is right next to us here, and we have the requirements for it now, which we didn't have last time.
Also, flashing lights warning. It is very bright.
So right after we collect this medallion, we need to get down to Misery Mire. Normally in glitchless gameplay, you'd
Flashbang
fly there and then pick up a rock to go to the Dark World. But we're just going to do, we're going to hop off the bottom of the screen, I don't remember exactly, maybe 4 times. And so what happens when you hop off the bottom of a screen is Link's coordinates keep moving down each time you do it, but your collision stays on the screen that you're on. So what we're going to do here is we're going to stay on this big screen and hop off the bottom of it a bunch of times and put our coordinates down at the very bottom of the map. And then when we transition left, the game will just look at what our coordinates actually are to know where to put us, and that will put us on the Misery Mire Overworld screen.
This is called the Mire Super Jump. We are so original.
This is the super jumping part.
Yes. The Link to the Past community has great names for their glitches.
And with that transition left, we are in the Mire area. We jumped all the way from the top of the map to the bottom.
This is also kind of an annoying flashy screen. I forgot about this screen.
But yeah, this is what the rain looks like if you don't enter with like a normal mirror transition like you're supposed to. And right here, this is the camera trying to catch up with us. Unfortunately, we scrolled way too far. It's not going to catch up with us during the sequence. The dungeon's going to open before that, but it's trying its best.
The runner, Checksuman, who we mentioned earlier, also found this. If you're moving down while you use the medallion, it scrolls the camera. And then the camera being slightly closer to where it's supposed to be makes the animation go faster.
The bonk jump.
Yeah, we're in another dungeon, which is...
I've got like no excitement for this run.
Less health in this one. So the boss fight for this is even more scary.
I've never really found A Link to the Past runs like exciting. The exciting part of watching these runs is the people that you're watching.
The normal no glitches run.
Like I've watched Andy play this game, and I watched Andy play it at GDQ, and like he's a fairly entertaining dude, but a large part of the entertainment value that comes with this game is the other people that are with him when he's streaming it. People like Patty or pcole4444. If you're familiar with that YouTube channel.
Bit of downtime that this run has. Lighting these 4 torches starts a cutscene of a moving wall on the screen to the right, and this is the only point where I can actually put my controller down.
Which means it's a good time for a donation, I think.
Absolutely. Here's a $500 donation from Crystal OR. They said, I can't believe we're almost at the finale for this year's SGDQ. It went by so fast, and I'm already looking forward to AGDQ. Thanks so much to everyone who made this possible. Let's get that glitch showcase incentive along with the Super Dram World bonus game. And in the time I've been reading that, we've officially crested past. We need less than $60,000 to get that glitch showcase. Please make sure you're selecting that incentive when you're putting in your donation. And every single time we get a donation of any kind, you're helping us get towards that milestone of 2 million to unlock Super Dram World 3 Kaizo. These need to be done before the end of this A Link to the Past run. Time is running out quickly. We're already past 30 minutes in the run. There's like 45 left, give or take. We got to get to it now, gamers.
I don't know how to test. I'm looking at the bananas that I have right here again. Other than color, I don't know how to test to see if a banana is right.
Glitched runners, especially. You can do some really cool stuff with this item, the Cane of Samaria.
You can do some fun stuff with the Cane of Samaria in this game.
You'll get to see some of the cooler stuff.
Yes. Also, while we're just gonna do this, well, I'll wait a minute because we're gonna come up on Spooky here.
Yes,
and Spooky is worth a shout out.
Yeah, I'm gonna place this block and throw it into the pit here, and that's very important. That now changes how my fire rod works. So the next time I shoot the fire rod at an object, it's going to displace its area of effect, and it's gonna send it very high up, and we're gonna use that to our advantage in the screens that are coming here. There's a spooky setup for the No Major Glitches run as well, which uses the duck instead, but we don't have the flute, so we can't use that. Alright, in this screen, things go well. Nice. So hitting that anti-fairy hits a switch that is off-screen.
In this room, we're hitting a switch that's on screen, but we don't have to go all the way up to the top. You can see there.
Yeah, hitting that block and then walking upwards moves the area of effect with it and hits the block that's up there.
So this boss, Requiem, is going to take 4 hearts of damage on purpose, and
These guys.
the fight is similar to Blind. It's sort of a scripted fight. It goes the same way every time. But unlike Blind, anything in this fight will instantly kill you if you make a mistake.
Yes. It is very scary.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You guys probably can't tell on stream, but Requiem is mashing his arrows, and he shouldn't be.
No, we love mashing the button.
Mashing the buttons is good. Everyone should mash buttons.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Another donation?
Fantastic. I love when the donors do the work for me. Here's $100 from Big Love Gaming that said, nice speedrun. It would be a shame if we didn't get to see that glitch showcase. How about 20 tickets to the $5 dono train to help us get there, as well as $5 from Gisaji.
$5 dono train.
World 3. We need more GDQ. Let's aim for that 45-minute mark in the run here. Get those $5 donos in. I'll start firing them off when we got time. We've crested past 1.85 million, but there's still plenty of room to get to that 2 million, but we can only do it together, gamers. Let's get those donos in.
All right, so
we're coming up on the last use of that Cave State Big Key we picked up. We're entering Desert Palace, which normally there's a lot of Desert Palace to see. We're gonna skip all of that. We have the Big Key for Desert, or at least the game thinks we does anyway. So heading over here, we're just gonna head straight into the back. Skipping the whole front of Desert saves minutes of time, and this is the last bit of time save we get from that. From this point onward, we're gonna have to be paying back to the game for all of the cheating we've been doing. Unfortunately, since we picked up that Big Key in Cave State, we do not get the Palace of Darkness Big Key. So there's no way for us into the boss unless we go back in Cave State and open that door. So that means another revisit to the Palace of Darkness that's coming up soon.
One of the cool things about this game from a game design perspective is that this dungeon, it's in 2 parts. Like there's 2 totally separate chunks of this dungeon, which is like, you know, this is back in the Super Nintendo days. That wasn't like a common thing. It was kind of cool. We're just entirely skipping the whole first chunk of it.
and we have the fire rod. So I'm sorry, Clear Mouse, if you are watching. We do not get to watch Bo Landmo. We are going to hit each worm with hopefully 2 fire rod shots, and that will take care of them very quickly.
Oh, come on. Okay, never mind.
Never mind. There we go.
There we go. We got it. We're gonna take advantage.
I've always found this Mordorm fight to be kind of... Is that Mordorm? I don't remember. I think the other one's a Mordorm. I've always found this this boss fight to be kind of tricky. Well, not tricky, but just annoying for... You can only damage the head.
As long as we move left, or up or down, everything is totally fine. But if we move even a single pixel to the right, we hit an illegal transition, and we are hard locked. We can no longer even save and quit out of that. So.
And we'll have to redo, what, 2, 3 dungeons?
Yeah, that is what you would have to do, but for Marathon, we have a safety save backup if we need it. You can see how that bomb explosion moved Link like 1 pixel. It's because Link hit the illegal transition that's sort of trailing him across the screen.
That is, like, I've gone through all of these dungeons with very low health. That is still probably the scariest part of the run, because if we hit that, we lose, what, like 10 minutes of progress?
But we don't have to worry about it, because you're good at this game. Okay, so we're going to go into pod now in cave state. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, we got another yeet.
Okay, well, as I'm explaining things, I am once again out of drink. I'm going to go refill my drink. I will be right back.
Is still locked. And we have a big key that we can only use in cave state. We can no longer get the big key of the real dungeon. So we have to revisit it in cave state just to open the door. And then we can come back and actually fight the boss. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a clip. It's called basement clip because you do it in the basement. As Twin said, we're very good at naming things.
Yeah, excellent naming skills in the community.
This is a fairly difficult trick. It was discovered basically upon request. We were trying to figure this out, and then this guy named Yuzu, who was a huge glitch hunter, found tons and tons of tech in this game. He hasn't been active for a while, but we owe quite a lot of things to him.
Yes.
He figured out this clip for us. We also talked about, I think we used the name Citrus Clip early on, one of those clips where you, at the very beginning of the run, where you teleport in a cliff. That was also found by Yuzu, among like 100 other things.
Yes.
And then actually at a different live in-person speedrunning event about two and a half years ago, this guy on stage right here, Requiem of Spirit, found a new way to do this trick that makes it quite a lot easier. And so first we have to get this super speed here, which allows us to do some movements into the corner down at the bottom. We do need rupees also.
Yeah.
But so we need to be in super speed state for this clip to put us on the correct position after we teleport. And then once we're up here, Requiem found this sequence at the beginning where we use the way Link interacts with pushing a Samaria block is just like kind of weird. It stops his movement in weird ways. And it allows us to do the sequence of movements to move down a few pixels into the rail. And then that bomb puts us on a pixel where you can just dash left and cut through the rail. Very nice.
Yeah, that's like a sequence of like 21 frame inputs. It's fairly difficult, and that is the crux of this run. Without that trick, this entire run falls apart. We can't seal that cave state big key, and we're pretty much locked out of Palace of Darkness forever. But now that that's open, we can go back to Palace of Darkness and finally beat the boss, our 3rd visit, but not just quite. Instead, we're going to make our way to Turtle Rock, get a refill on this magic, get an extra heart as well while we're there.
So we're going to do a different kind of glitch here called a mirror
Oh my
wrap.
god, Requiem.
Okay, there we go.
So we're going to set up in a specific way, and we're going to use the mirror and transition on the same screen, and it does shenanigans that they have explained to me like 3 times. I don't understand it. It moves us across the screen, and we're in the back of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I don't really know all the details, but effectively it ends up putting you in the middle of the screen that you started from. So we moved to the screen that has this entrance in it, and then we did the mirror wrap, and then we transitioned back to the right, and we were just like right on top of that doorway.
So unfortunately, we do not have the big key for this dungeon, so we have to go backwards to get it.
Fortunately, this dungeon is a lot easier going backwards.
Yes.
Yeah, using things like mirrors or bottles on transitions is really broken. It's allowed in the overworld for this rule set, but not in the underworld. So a little bit of a spoiler for something you might see if we hit that glitch incentive.
Speaking of that glitch incentive, have we got any donations?
We've gotten so many. I want to update real quick. We've already crested past 1.86 million and counting, as well as we only have 45,000 left to get that glitch showcase. Keep getting those donations in. Time is running out quick. Requiem is going very fast. Helping us with that, we did get a $15 donation here from Vivianite that said, hello from your favorite manager. So proud to have been your friend for 7+ years. I know you'll kill it, and maybe I'll consider speedrunning Zelda in your honor. Maybe.
Shoutouts to Viv. I don't think I would have submitted this run if she didn't bait me into submitting.
You know this is a special occasion because I've never heard any of Requiem's chatters be nice to him before.
But yeah, we had to backtrack all the way here just for this big key. But now that we have it, we can mirror straight back, and the boss is really close by. One of the benefits of these dungeons being multi-entrance is you can skip straight to the end if the game lets you.
So this is another boss that's like kind of on rails, but if you do anything wrong, it becomes a real problem very fast. That's kind of a consistent theme in this game. We have really good strats for the boss, but if you don't execute them properly, backing them up is very scary. So hopefully everything just goes fine. Requiem has not done this boss correctly in practice since I've been here, so hopefully this is the time. There we go.
So we have to menu before the heads start to explode because you can't open the menu while anything is exploding on screen.
All right, we've got one more head. It's try next, not do next, duo next.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Very nicely done.
And that's another crystal, so we can get another donation or two.
Absolutely. We have so many donations that are already on top of it. A couple minutes early here, including this $100 from Chief Beef. That's at 20 tickets to the hype train to Super Dram World. Please, gotta donate during the best Legend of Zelda game to get more SGDQ. Do y'all agree this is the best Legend of Zelda game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are within 129,000 of reaching that 2 million. We're getting there, but we gotta keep going fast. There's like 35 minutes left in the estimate on this run. We gotta get it as soon as possible, team. Let's get that 2 million together.
Yeah, so we're coming up here on what I believe is the last item that we need to shop for. We need the flippers. We have Swamp Palace coming up soon. We don't have a way to swim. And, you know, Zora's Domain is pretty far away. It's gonna be quite a bit of a trek. This is, you know, one of the few cases where it's not just right there. So, to get there, we're gonna enter the light world first, because Zora's Domain is in the light world. And with the right hops, oh, that wasn't the right hop.
Nope. That's okay. We've got it back up.
Very easy backup, yeah.
We're now in Zora's Domain. Turns out, you know, Zora's Domain is right under Turtle Rock all this time.
You know, Requiem, you already swam once in this run. Are you sure you need the flippers?
That is true. All of these items like that we're getting in the overworld have one-off uses. Like we only use the book ones, we only use ether ones. We actually only use the flippers on like 3 screens, I believe, and one of those screens is mandatory. The final screen getting to the boss of Swamp Palace is we don't have a way to skip it.
Everybody watch King Sora's eyes. They go wibbly wobbly, and it's hilarious. I don't know why they programmed him this way, but yeah, I love it, and it's very quick. But if you get a chance, when he's talking to you, his eyes go wibbly wobbly, and it makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
So are we going back to Pod now?
Yep, I've been talking about Swamp Palace.
Were you going to talk to the old man?
Oh, that's a good point. Homesor is pretty scary, and this guy has been really helpful to give us a home to teleport to every time we save and quit. So we're going to give him a hug, and he gives us some hearts in return.
Requiem is not going to take any damage on this boss. This is totally unnecessary, just to be clear. Just to be clear.
So we've got one more yeet.
Yes, this is finally our last trip to Pod.
Yeah, I've been talking about Swamp a lot, but we still need to finish Palace of Darkness. So this is the 3rd and final visit. Hopefully we don't have any more visits in our books here.
I mean, I'd enjoy a 4th.
Oh.
So this time through the dungeon, you can actually just do the sort of intended route. We have the big door open at the end, and we could just walk there. But I believe Requiem is going to.
I have returned.
It's a lot more fun and cool, and it is.
Has anything interesting happened?
Here to fix what's called fake dark world. So since we entered the cave state pod in the light world, the game still thinks we're in the light world, but we really need to be in the dark world.
Yeah, if you were listening, you could hear the light world music for a little bit. Because we've already collected some of the pendants, the game, since we're in the light world,
You wouldn't know even if it had.
the pendant for this dungeon, even though it's a crystal, and it just won't drop anything.
Well, they're not doing, in my opinion, they're not doing a terribly good job of explaining things. I like to think that I explain things a little bit more when I'm playing a game than what's actually been going on here.
Yeah, you have to do this clip quite well for it to save time. We also have to bait these turtles out of the way. They weren't there when we were in Cave State, so we didn't have to worry about that. But if you don't do that, then they can get in your way when you're trying to dash through the rail at the end and cause problems.
I guess we didn't talk about the bouncing Mario block. Fox, do you want to briefly touch on that and how we got super speed?
So if you have super speed armed and then you touch a staircase, you get to go super fast. And there's no staircases in this room except for the one in the doorway, so we have to hold a block. But if you just hold a normal block and then you hit the stairway, the block just, I think, goes away and you hit the transition. But for some reason, if you get a messed up block, it works. I don't know all the details.
I mean, people were clapping, but like these are supposed to be the people that like know what's going on. He's like, hey, can you explain this while I do this? And the guy's like, maybe kind of. If you do this, then that happens. I'm like, that's your explanation?
So I think we've got time for another donation or two.
Here is a big $250 donation from one of the Frost Fatale's ambassadors themselves, Game Boy Light. They said, hi GDQ, Light here, 50 tickets for the train, please. Let's get that glitch incentive met, chat. With that, we are now just over $35,000 away from that glitch showcase and about 30 minutes left in the run. We gotta make it happen as soon as possible, gamers. $1.87 million and counting for the amazing cause that is MSF. Please make sure you're going to gdq.gg/donate. We made it easy for you. Go on that page, select the incentives at the bottom, specifically grab that glitch showcase, and tell us anything you want, even if it's literally nothing. We will take it because you're helping such an amazing cause. Helping with that as well was $25 from Chex Human that said,
You'll notice that on some of the runs, the incentives are met like that, and on other runs, the they really have to push the incentive, and they have to get partners of GDQ to donate to make sure the incentive is met. And so you'll see like a lot of times when incentives are coming right up to the wire and they really need this to be in there to to balance the time, you'll see a donation from another big part of GDQ, like that donation that came in from Frost Fatales, or like we've got $10,000 from the Yeti going towards this donation to make sure it's met.
So in this dungeon,
because the actual people just aren't interested in seeing any more of this runner.
In the first room of the dungeon, we can also buy.
This feels like one of those incentives. Like if they don't really push this incentive, it's not gonna get met because just look at the audience right here. Look at there's no. This guy's yawning. That guy's yawning. That guy's yawning. There's no excitement going on back there at all.
So in this room here, since we already have the hook shot, we don't need to worry about going into the other room. We can just specky clip through this rail.
Shout outs to randomizer community.
Got the 5 people back there that are in the randomizer community.
Straight to the back. The entirety of the left side of this dungeon is something we don't have to deal with, which saves a lot of time.
Since this is a glitched run, we don't have to worry about pushing that statue and hitting the block and draining this water back here. We get to do a diver down.
Right, so placing this block in a specific spot, if I do a set of movements, I can just slowly wiggle through this rail and hop straight down.
So if you remember from the very beginning of the run, the first trick Requiem did was very similar to that in the Uncle to jump off the ledge at the beginning of the game. This is basically an easier setup for doing the same thing by using the Samaria block.
Yeah, if only we had the Samaria block from the beginning of the game. Maybe the Uncle should give us that instead.
So this is the room that we have to have flippers in. There's no way to skip the flipper requirements for this.
Not in the restricted major
Yes.
glitches rule set. There are plenty of ways around it if you want to play major glitches.
Or no logic if you're into a randomizer.
So this is a very cool strat. It's the
I think one of the problems specifically with A Link to the Past is that all of the categories that they have sound very similar to each other. And unless you are in the community and like deep in the speedrunning, you have no idea what they mean, because they have the any percent, and then they have any percent no major glitches, and then they have another category called no major glitches, and then they have a category called restricted major glitches.
There is a lot we can show in this glitch showcase, so be sure.
Like what are the differences in all these? Like, what's the difference between any percent no major glitches and no major glitches? What's the difference between restricted major glitches and no major glitches?
You want to tell us what you like about it, Rec?
It is just glitch
Like, which glitches are restricted? Like, they fused than anything else.
By doing another mirror wrap, which is similar to what you saw us do to get into Turtle Rock a few minutes ago.
Because he's been using what I would call a major glitch on literally every single screen since he started.
This is a new setup. Shoutouts to Spaces90, who I believe was the one who discovered this. So that gets us a few
Like this isn't a major glitch.
into the entrance of Ice Palace.
And then we're going to clip through this wall here because it's a diagonal wall. And we know those are just suggestions.
Yeah, we're not too worried about those. And then we're going to do another cool glitch.
Okay, cool. Inside joke about diagonal walls. Well, if you use a bunch of inside jokes all the time, you're going to alienate your audience.
Rail, wall, I don't know how to categorize this thing.
There we go.
There we go. Easily done.
Did you guys see a wall there? I didn't see a wall there.
And this is important because this tech, I found this tech. You see how Link snapped out of the menu onto the tongue? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah, that's actually the most important tech in this run.
So yeah, from here, we are just going to go straight down to Cold Stare.
Yep, so we're going down to Cold Stare. We have 10 hearts, so nothing to be worried about. But Cold Stare is one of the more notorious bosses. Oh, now we have 10
That is
hearts.
not the correct movement, Rec.
Rec was going for a trick there where if you're spinning and sliding diagonally on ice at the same time, you can just clip into that staircase, but it's pretty precise movement, and I don't know, I got an up left instead of a down left or something.
Might have gotten a left input there. That's okay.
Requiem plays on a controller that is like a bag of corn. It has no resistance in any direction. I was trying to use it earlier, and I could not hit cardinals on purpose, so I don't know how he does any of this on that thing. So this is another fight where there is a strat, and the strat works if you do it right, and if you make any small errors, you are suddenly in mortal danger.
Yes.
Hopefully it just goes smoothly, it usually does.
This boss is named Cold Stare.
Alright, good enough.
Fun fact about that ice block that he's in right there. In every version of this game, it's bugged. There is actually an animation for the ice block melting, but it was never implemented in any version of the game. And they, when they were building the randomizers, they found it in the files that they had the animation of that ice block melting. And then they found it in the code where it was not implemented properly. And so it just never loads, it just poof, vanishes.
Finishing up, how about we get a donation?
Now under 27,000 away from that glitch showcase, and in the process of getting that, we will also crest pass 1.9 million. We need you to get those donations in now. 20-ish minutes left in the estimate. Now is the time to do it. Helping with that was
Yeah, they got like they're $26,000 away. So they're going to get a big donation from the Yeti or the other merch shop, or maybe even both, to close that distance.
MSF, and listening to the heartfelt message from Spike Vegeta, I felt compelled to further share the blessings I have in my life. I am so much more blessed than the people that MSF helps, and as a father, I cannot imagine what I could do if my son was hurt like those kids in the video. But as I am, I can at least do this.
Red Bull comes in with. It's gonna happen.
We are all free.
So we don't want to go through the crystal cutscene of opening up Ganon's tower, so we just clip in.
Yeah, the door is there, so we don't need to worry about opening the stairs.
We do have 7 crystals, but you know, I go through a cutscene where you can just jump into the door. Now, a lot of Ganon's tower is very similar to no major glitches. If we had the power of major glitches, we could skip straight to the end if we wish to. Fortunately, that isn't allowed, so we have to play nice.
It's actually, so this is kind of a funny story about this rule set, this category. So we have a newish trick from 2 or 3 years ago. Tricks are not that new in this game. Called Stairmaster, which allows us to actually skip about half of this dungeon. But we sort of decided as a community that that ruins the spirit of the all dungeons run. And so we added a sort of rider to the rule set for all dungeons that says that you have to do GT by actually entering GT from the front. So we cannot skip half of it.
That's okay though. Ganon's Tower is very special. It's the culmination of your journey here. It's a lot of difficult rooms, and at the top level looks absolutely fantastic.
Are you going to show us some top level GT rec?
We'll see, we'll see.
The basement of GT is a bunch of puzzle rooms.
See, that's another thing that really like kind of bothers me about a lot of the categories, because he just said that they made this category because they said that they want to preserve the idea of like playing through all the dungeons, and that skipping half of Ganon's Tower felt like it violated that rule. I would like to point out, in this run, they skipped the entirety of Hyrule Castle. Like, why is it okay to skip all of Hyrule Castle, but it's not okay to skip half of Ganon's Tower? You don't have any kind of consistency in your rule set. Just because somebody likes this dungeon more than they like that temple, it's okay to skip that temple, but it's not okay to skip this one. We have to make a whole new category so that people don't skip this, because this is my favorite. I mean...
So we hold our sword out there so that Link walks slower, but the mimics still move at full speed, which like lines them up for our shots more easily. This room may be actually the most difficult room in the game that isn't a boss room. Requiem having a little bit of trouble with it here, but it is extremely difficult to do correctly.
Those mimics are just horrible.
It's so much harder than it looks. This is another difficult movement room, and then after the Cannonball Bridge, we're going to come up on the Gauntlet, which is 5 kill rooms, which means that you have to kill all of the enemies in the room. And they all have sort of annoying floors in them. And as the rooms go on, the floors get worse and worse, and there are more and more BMOs shooting lasers at you. So we'll see how it goes. This is, something Requiem is practiced a lot and is good at, but is still so difficult. Like right there, we missed an arrow because the Stalfos went away and had to track him down. That's fine. In this room, this top guy can do a whole loop-de-loop. That wasn't the worst he could do, so.
Yeah. So we fired that arrow because sometimes that top red guy goes to the right and really messes up the room. But if we hit him with that arrow, it kind of pushes him down a little bit and keeps him in the location that we need him in.
So we're through the Gauntlet, pretty solid. Now we've got our second boss refight. Requiem just does not want 1 cycles on any land modes. I don't know why.
Unfortunately, they're not giving me good patterns.
We do have to watch our magic, though.
Watch your magic meter.
Yes.
I think we're probably fine. We can lamp stuff if necessary. But we
we'll
can
just
also pick up the
magic.
backup. Yeah.
Very satisfying rooms coming up if you have not seen the speedrun. Beautiful.
Another reason why the Cane of Samaria is probably a favorite for a lot of speedrunners is these 2 Wizrobe rooms. You can get them really fast with the Cane of Samaria.
Real quick, we are under 3,000 away from that 1.9 million. We have only 17,000 left to get that glitch showcase. You are racing Requiem of Spirit. Keep those donations coming, gamers.
Yeah, this run is going pretty well. So you want to get that glitch showcase met. We gotta see that money.
Yep, you gotta. We only have a few rooms left in this this dungeon, and then we have Aga Tower, which will go faster than you think, because we'll have better equipment than we normally would.
Rek, you were telling me when we practiced, you pretty consistently were under the estimate, correct? So we really need to get moving. We are under 1,000 away from that 1.9. Keep those donations coming.
Hey, Rek, don't forget to drop your bombs.
It's okay. We can keep a few bombs for Danny.
Okay.
Requiem.
1.9 million.
Woohoo!
Make sure you're putting those donations towards that glitch showcase. You gotta specifically
Also,
show
ad
at
break.
the bottom of the donation page. We are under 14,000 away. Get them in now, gamers.
And that was our third boss refight.
$50 here from SG Chatter that said pretty much good luck now. Have this. $10 from School Appropriate that said this is awesome. Perfectly execute Dingle Storage first try. And also $20 here from Mighty Myth that said hello Requiem. I hope you're doing well today because you are very wonderful. You are doing amazing and that was a great basement clip.
Thank you, Mighty.
So we did in fact get Dingle Skip. Oh boy. Oh my god.
That pattern. So this boss is, we call him
That wasn't that bad of a pattern. That was bad positioning.
I did not expect you to deboost there.
A little bit of a clip here to try to save some time. If we can get this bat off screen fast, then we can just exit immediately.
We call that the Clipe.
We call that the Clive. So this is the only dungeon in the run where you don't get a health refill after it, which was why I was a little surprised to see Requiem go for that aggressive deboost there. It's actually totally fine. Nothing in Aga Tower is very scary.
But yeah, we do have one final dungeon, and that is Aghanim's Tower.
He didn't go for a deboost.
Right here, we can just mirror.
He made a mistake.
Now we are definitely over leveled for this dungeon. We have the Temperate Sword, which we're not supposed to have. We have a Fire Rod. We have a lot of equipment. So most of this
After GDQ got invested with favoritism and politics, he stopped taking it seriously, only focused on a few runs of runners he cared about.
So at the top of this dungeon...
Yeah, there is a lot of favoritism that goes on with it, but that's pretty much with everything.
But on most of his attacks, he can do one of them, and on one of them we can hit him, and on the other...
I don't particularly fault GDQ for...
So in this category, that RNG check is at the very end.
For having favoritism. Favoritism is anything. The big negative thing about having favoritism with stuff like this is when you don't admit that there is favoritism. There are a lot of people that get time on the GDQ stage just because they know other people that work at GDQ.
Let's not leave anything to chance, and let's get those donations in.
I mean that is true, and people have noticed it, that there are a lot of speedrunners that apply for games done quick that never get mentioned up on the stage for one of two reasons. One, the slot was given to another speedrunner that was friends with somebody else that already works there. Or their audience isn't big enough. And there's been a lot of speedrunners that have been turned away from Games Done Quick events because they were smaller streamers.
We also just defeated Aghanim, by the way.
Yeah, where did this guy come from? Didn't we just defeat
Now, I will say in recent years, a lot of that has slowed down.
Oh yeah, you were threatening to ask me lore questions earlier.
The more recent GDQ events have been reaching out and pulling in more people from the community.
We are 4,500 away. We're getting so close, and we're also like right at the end of the game here. Helping with that was $1,000 from Incoherent.
But I think a large part of that has come with
So that's one. We got one blue ball attack. That's the bad attack when it splits into
with
six
certain people being pushed to the background and not being like in the primary focus slot of GDQ anymore. Because there have been some people that were causing problems.
Come on, chat. We can keep doing it. There's 3,000. Come on, we're so close. $250 here from Jay that said, I tried to make a Link to the Past pun, but it was a little try forced. Under 2,000. Ignore the pun. We didn't say it. Keep going. $1,000 here from Anonymous that said, my wife and I are watching, and we used to play a Link to the Past all the time together. We used to trade off dungeons, but I didn't realize you could just skip through them so easily. Thanks for the great run, and looking forward to the glitch showcase. Just over 1,000 away. Oh, come on. Under 1,000. We're so close.
All right, so we just have this little bit of text left here on top of the pyramid. We will get a refill, which is very handy because we're going to be dropping.
Requiem, you're going to be showing off some glitches for us right after this. Down to the wire.
Right on time, too, because we are down to the final boss of the video game. This is Ganon.
In Ganon's first pattern, there's 4 locations that he can warp to, and I'm pretty sure Requiem knows how to do 3 of them.
I can do all 4. Surely.
So we have to hit Ganon 12 times with the Tempered Sword?
Yeah, spins count as 2 hits, and slashes count as 1. And there we go. So we're into phase 3 now. Phase 3 is another RNG check. He can warp as many times as he wants. Whenever he lands, he can either warp or let us hit him. Like that, he warps.
This is the other RNG check in this run, where he could just keep warping. In theory, you could be stuck here forever.
I have definitely lost runs to just getting 20 warps.
Okay, so we are going to try to light the left lamp before the right lamp goes out. And if we do that...
Oh,
okay. Well,
comfy.
The right lamp will never go out now. So we're able to get, hopefully, 3 spins in between each lamp light.
That is not a 1.0 exclusive glitch, but it was eventually fixed. I think it's in 1.2 and not US. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm spreading misinformation. All right.
Do you know when it was found that you didn't need silvers to beat Ganon?
I know that Crystal was the first runner to do runs with it. I don't know when the tech was found, but that was when it became viable. GG Requiem, nice run.
Very nice run, Rec.
Time is when we enter the Triforce room as the fade out is happening. And time.
Nice run.
GG.
I remember that. There was more going on with that banning, than that guy wearing that hat. It came out later. He wasn't wearing the hat during the run. He was wearing the hat around the hotel, and it aggravated some of the other people that were there. One of the people in particular was one of the problematic people that I mentioned earlier that has since stepped away from the leadership, because I think she was forced to. In that particular instance, she was very offended by the fact that he was wearing a MAGA hat, which is the hat that he was wearing, and decided to try and take it out on that streamer. And because she had weight with the leadership of GDQ at the time, she was able to push through and get him banned for wearing a political hat that supported hate, which was the reasoning on it at the time.
Unfortunately, as I was getting ready to head out to the event, I was informed that my father had passed away. My father, who was also my grandfather because he adopted me when I was younger, has raised me since I was born. It was and still is a very hard time for me. I never had a proper father. He was everything to me. He was
like this guy right here. Like this run to me was not entertaining at all. I think there were other people that they could have picked to do a Link to the Past run that would have made it a lot more entertaining. Now it's going to become a little bit more clear when you realize who Requiem of Spirit actually is. Requiem of Spirit is a moderator of speedrun.com, particularly in the Zelda category, where they run Breath of the Wild. In fact, I think he has a world record in one of the Breath of the Wild categories. So instead of putting up a speedrunner that actually runs A Link to the Past and could have been more entertaining, they gave the spot to a moderator of speedrun.com. I mean, that's kind of the favoritism that you were mentioning earlier.
Thank you so much, Maddie.
Because this guy is about as interesting as a pile of wet blankets when it comes to his like entertainment style here.
And the wonderful music that it comes with. So before we jump right in, if you saw that entire run and you thought, wow, this is super broken. What do you mean this is restricted major glitches? What more can you do? It turns out there's a whole class, or like multiple different classes of glitches that completely change how you play the game within dungeons. Completely breaks the game. Everything looks different. So why don't we just get started? Let's go into our first glitch here. Go ahead, get that timer started. So we're swimming against a diagonal wall. If you saw the previous run, you know diagonal walls are just a suggestion. And, you know, just like with that one, with the right set of inputs, I'm already swimming straight through the floor. I can only swim left, but when I enter this cave, I can swim freely. I'm still bounded by collision, so let's fix that. If I swim down these stairs and back up them, I can now swim freely. We are now swimming through the underworld, through the vast expanse. This is called exploration swimming, a close cousin to the exploration glitch. And just like with EG, you know, the very well-known party trick of walking under the floor for about 3 minutes and walking straight to Ganon, with this trick, instead of walking, you can swim to Ganon and into the Triforce. Now, unfortunately, you can hear the music. Because you were swimming, the Triforce room doesn't render correctly. The only thing you see at the very top is that swim texture, which I'm controlling with my D-pad. But no, that's fine. If you're doing this as a party trick, just cut the tapes. No one needs to know this is illegal.
Excuse me, as a leaderboard mod, please do not just cut the tapes.
Now, EG exploration
Okay,
are super
so
powerful, but they
not only is he a mod,
almost everything in this game. Everything
the guy on the couch is a mod.
just that trick, and so no logic randomizers, some speedruns, it's just completely banned.
I mean,
what
it's
else do we have in
it gets really interesting when you find out that moderators of the website are getting their runs put in, and you can go to the speedrunning communities themselves and see dozens and dozens of runners that applied and were denied.
We scroll past the screen with the big key door, straighten the screen with the lava and the pipes. Now, that was kind of necessary, actually. The big key is...
I mean, this guy has been more entertaining in the past 2 minutes on the glitch run than he was in the entire hour of his actual run.
So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a Samaria block into this door with me. Now, when I try to take this transition, you're going to see a huge flash, and we actually took this transition twice. We have loaded data from that lava screen onto this one, turning this big chest into that small chest containing the big key. Because the big chest is closed, we can open this infinitely many times. Now, we also changed pit data. So this pit, which would normally damage us, instead wrong warps us to a cave in the light world, which if you exit here, you'll see it comes with dark world music, because the game thought we were in the dark world. Samaria transition options, which we just did, are super useful for these kind of wrong warps. But speaking of wrong warps, we can go to that screen that we just copied over. So what would happen if you fall into this pit instead? Normally, you can't. You can never fall into that lava. You would think you would take damage, but that's not actually the case. We're going to use a different potion in this door, if I can get to the edge. it just so turns out that the effect you get, depends on the transition you're in and the potion.
See, this kind of commentary is what he needed doing his run to make the run interesting. Like, if he was explaining what he was doing in the middle of the run, like this, as he was doing it, that would have been, like, wildly interesting.
We're super useful. We're skipping past walls. We're wrong warping to different parts of the dungeon. We're going past doors that are locked. Not everything is useful, though. I'm in Desert Palace, just a few screens before Landmo, and I'm going to try another one of those potion and door glitches, which we call YBAs here. Except I'm going to add a spin to this one.
The Y in YBA stands for Yuzu.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere in this game.
He is.
He discovered so much.
Also, there is some graphical corruption.
I can control when this resolves. Huge photosensitivity warning. If you do not do well with flashing lights and moving objects, this is going to be very messy. I implore you to look away for like 90 seconds. We'll let you know when to look back. So when you add a spin to this YBA, you get this. This is actually a SNES Classic exclusive. If you listen carefully, you're hearing the boss music. It's actually skipping 1 beat every 4 beats or something like that.
It's also murdering their bitrate. Look at the quality of the video. Because when you started this, all of the data in the video streaming line is being used to try and process this mess that's going on with video right there. And so it's killing the quality everywhere else on the stream until he's noticed that when it stopped, the quality improved over here and you can start reading stuff again. It's still using a lot of the bandwidth to try and process this.
Saving and quitting doesn't fix this, so that's what the main menu looks like. And this is what Link's house looks like. So if you wanted to, you could start a new game and play with
An animated magic eye picture.
And you might think, wow, that's a terrible idea. Who would do that?
Well, you can see how over here now, you can see this again, you can read this again. This was on the GDQ stream. This kind of visual noise right here uses a lot of the stream data. So there's only so much bandwidth that you can send out on the stream. And when you're using backgrounds that are messed up like that, it fills up all of the bandwidth for the stream with trash. And everything else on the stream, like all the stuff over here, all the text and everything, becomes completely unreadable.
Very straightforward. We're going to break that. So I'm going to try to place a Samaria block out of bounds. So this is what a Samaria block normally does. You can interact with it, you can pick it up, you can throw it. An out of bounds Samaria block, I can't interact with it. If I slash this way, that just breaks the block entirely. Now, this block is what allows this to happen. It's going to make it such that that sword beam that I sent into that pot is going to determine how the hookshot behaves. So on hooking this pot, instead of going upwards, we're going to get shot straight to the left, past this wall, into Armos's room. Now, hook pushing is what that trick is called, is very, very useful, especially in like randomizer. If you have any room where you can hook a pot, then you can turn that into a brilliant hook push setup to go past walls, doors, anything you like. And I could go through like all these different hook push setups, but I actually have something else I want to look at with that out of bounds Samaria block that I just created. So we're going to Mothula's Arena here. And the reason we're going to Mothula's Arena is because it's the only place where we have a hookable target. So I'm going to create one of these blocks again. And I'm going to try to kill Mothula as fast as I can. Hopefully this is still fine. Nope, we got rid of our block. So one of the annoying things with this is that the block can disappear very fast. So I'm going to try one more time, and if it doesn't work out, we do have a rewind setup, so I can just play the movie files. Have to wait Mothula to get off the top here, so we're going to have to wait for a while. Oh.
Ooh, is that going to work?
All right, let's go. You can tell, so you can tell that the block is on screen. You can see it there, and it's actually affecting the way the hookshot works. It turns out the item that you get from this crystal also shares a memory address with what determines how far you get pulled by the hookshot. So every time I hook this block, you can see the crystal is changing colors. And so when I pick it up now, we get the mirror. And after that, it immediately teleports us out of the dungeon. Now, this is a one-time only trick, but, you know, with the power of rewind, which I talked about, we can go back and we can, you know, mess with this a bit more. If I spam this a whole bunch of times, we might even get some different item. All right, what's this? Turns out that's a bottle. This is very useful in major good speedruns, especially ones that don't care about how you get the item. So, you know, very useful out-of-bounds Mario block there. You can use it to hook push, you can get these moth items. There is something very important that I sort of brushed under the rug there, but before we get to that, it seems like we have some pretty important donations to cover here.
We've gotten so many in, especially since that amazing message from Maddie, and this donation I'm going to read real quick. It pretty much puts it exactly how I need it while we process whatever is happening on that screen. A simple 100 here from Cyberwolf1201 that just simply says, those who come after. And that's the biggest thing here. Keep in mind, while we have this glitch showcase unlocked, SGDQ is not over yet. We're still pushing for that $2 million incentive to unlock Super Dram World 3. We are just under 55,000 to go on that. Keep those donations coming in, and especially if you are an E33 fan like Cyberwolf was, we do have 2 bid wars open right now, both to choose the ending and to choose the voice language. Be sure to select those at the bottom. Do not let this momentum stop as we push towards finale. We want to hit that 2 million, and we want to push way further beyond to make sure we continue supporting the cause that is MSF. Am I right? Fantastic to hear. Thank you for your time. Back to the glitches.
Right, so you're looking at the screen. The text looks super weird. I killed Mothula with a boomerang. Now, if you've played Zelda games before, the boomerang is a stunning item, not a killing item. So what happened there? It so turns out that earlier this year, February this year, we discovered a way to change the entire enemy and boss damage tables, and the magic happens in Skullwoods. I want to end up in that tree above me, so I'm going to use another hook push setup. This one looking slightly different from the one you just saw. Instead of an out-of-bounds Samaria block, I'm going to get an out-of-bounds hook shot here. All right, nice. And now I'm touching this tree, and facing upwards, we have infinitely opening doors. That guy in the bottom left of the screen, he's frozen down to 1 frame per second. What's going on? So every time you open a door, or you pick up a bush, or you pick up a rock, it's filling up a position in memory. It's filling up a buffer in memory. But because we're opening this door infinitely, it's going to overfill that buffer and start writing to the memory beyond that. And so if we sit here for 6 whole minutes, then we will eventually end up writing all of the enemy and boss damage tables with the position of this door. So I guess we're sitting here for 6 minutes. You guys come here often?
There is actually a speedrun that does this, where there's a speedrun called All Bosses Swordless, and for a long time it was like all bosses except Ganon swordless, until in February we found out that finally we have a way to actually kill Ganon without ever getting the sword, and so poor Visa Cat just has to sit here and twiddle his thumbs for 6 minutes.
You could, of course, do something like play chess or do our 1 minute any % category. Now, of course, I've already spoiled it. We do have a save state. We don't actually have to sit there for 6 minutes. That very custom hook push setup that I used there is specifically to get us out of this spot. So on releasing the hook shot, we can come out and test our new weapons here. So this guy, you can tell that my sword just doesn't work on him. Neither does my hook shot. But if we switch to the boomerang, he just dies in 1 shot. And that's what this has done. Most of our weapons here are not going to do damage, but the boomerang and 1 other weapon are doing a ton of damage. The other one being the bombs. So we're back in Ice Armor's room. The boss, which normally takes 18 arrows, instead, if I place these bombs correctly, we could kill them in just a few bombs. There we go, just 3 bombs, and that kills the entirety of Ice Armos. Now, normally, you can see I have, like, the Tempered Sword normally does, what, 4 damage?
She looks like a Canadian from South Park. Hey, guy.
And you hear that and you think,
I've actually never gotten around to watching South Park.
what's so special about that?
I know, right?
Just the enemies that you can interact with, that, it's not the enemies.
I told Brick Road years ago that I was going to watch South Park. Because he was playing. I don't even know how this collaboration happened. He was playing the South Park RPG, and I was just with him in the chat, chatting with him as he was playing the the South Park RPG. I don't know why I was the guy that was with Brick Red when he was playing the RPG, but I was. Because I'd never seen South Park before. I'm like, okay.
Hi, Grandma. It's okay, you guys didn't see that. Oh wow, he's scared.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on
If we go back to
on
the screen,
TV.
she comes back, trust me. Look, there we go, she's right there. All right, we'll leave her be. It's okay. We have a few more little test subjects down south here. Now, I am super sad that Super Metroid isn't here. The classic save the animals versus save the frames. For the next time we have that, I do want to place my vote early. We definitely want to save the frames.
Oh yeah, let's kill those animals.
Now, I could go around showcasing how powerful these items are against every enemy in the world, every boss, and there's some truly wonderful things you can do. You can kill landmos while they're still under the floor. You can kill enemies you've never thought of like interacting with before. But
Yeah, I remember South Park was pretty big when I was in high school. When I was in middle school, it was Beavis and Butthead.
But Ganon isn't the only thing in this room that we can hit. We can also use the powder on his trident. And when you do that, you're all now in a staring contest. Ganon is now throwing a tantrum. He's not going to let you leave. The unfortunate part of this is that in Phase 1 and Phase 2, you cannot kill Ganon. So I could sit here powdering all day, and it just...
Yeah, I watch everything on demand. If I want to see a show, I just, like, queue up an on-demand service that has a show and just watch it like that.
Just one powder is enough to end this phase. As soon as he enters the second phase, he's going to start with his Fire Bat cycle. And one more powder in this cycle ends this phase too. We do have to wait a while, and you're thinking, okay, well, this doesn't feel very special. You know, you have to sit here, you have to dodge these bats, and finally, now that he's in phase 3, you can damage him, you can actually kill him in this phase. And he's dead. Now you're looking at that, you're thinking, okay, I want better. That wasn't fast enough. We had to go through 2 whole phases to get to that. Well, I have something very special for you. This is going to be the last thing I showcase here. I had another tree in Skullwoods change how the Quake Medallion acts against enemies. Now, don't blink. Do not close your eyes. This is going to be the fastest Ganon fight you will see. Now, for the lore experts here, if you're wondering, who is Ganon? Is Ganon a beast? Ganon a pig? Nope. Turns out Ganon's a blob all along. This is a heart for our troubles. And just like with the run, that's the game. That was the last thing I had for you today. Huge shout outs to all of our glitch hunters who helped discover this. This glitch was only discovered in February, and right then, like within like a few weeks, we had a full map of exactly what you can do with this glitch, what trees you can use, and how you can affect these enemies. So huge shout outs to them. Huge shout outs to the community in general. If you saw this glitch showcase and you thought, wow, this is super cool, I want to see more of this, do check out some past GDQ VODs. Shout outs to Glenn here. Glenn did another glitch showcase for his 2021 AGDQ run. So go check that out. If you want to get hands down and play the game yourself, shout outs to the whole Link to the Past community. We do urge you to join that community if you want to play this. Or if speedruns aren't your thing, shout outs to the glitch randomizer community as well. There's a huge glitch randomizer tournament going on, so that's really nice. And yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw here, I'm playing more of this game. I also am going to play Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Cup of tea, you know where to find me. Twitch.tv/Requiem of Spirit. Before we hand it off, my lovely couch, do you guys want to shout out anything? Do you guys want to say anything more?
I just want to...
They've been shouting people out every 30 seconds.
We really miss him.
Yeah, Yoho was a wonderful friend. Unfortunately, we lost him too early in 2025, so Yoho, if you're listening in, this was for you. Yeah, Fox, anything you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, shout outs to Yoho, shout outs to, you know, all the glitch runners around, Chex we talked about, Yuzu of course. I think Mr. Beyer found that hook push setup that you were showing off there a minute ago, and also did a...
Although I do like this glitch
you can go watch his really
text
cool.
right here. This is a really interesting idea for a language.
Again, find our Discord, come join us, come hang out. We're pretty friendly.
Yep.
Always looking for new people.
We may tease you a little bit, but no, it's all in love.
But yeah, thank you, Zen. You've been a wonderful host. I'd like to hand it back to you.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Truly an incredible run, the amount you showed and how much you have helped us raise to get us to that 1.96 million and counting. And for everybody still listening, make sure you do not let that momentum stop as we push to that 2 million. We've got prizes coming up in just a moment here, but we want to make sure we get that Super Dram World 3 unlocked. With that, prizes, take it away.
Oh my Lord, what a great exhibition. Hey everybody, welcome back to SGDQ 2026 and welcome back to, for one final time, I hate saying that, to the prize zone. It's not just me that's here, so I'm Bobby, that's enough of me. With me is my great prize team. I cannot have asked for a better.
They've got a lot of boom on that mic right there. A lot of echo going on. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me for today. I think my voice is doing a lot better. It still needs a little bit of rest, I think, because I'm still having moments of coughing, and some of the coughing stuff has been like flaring the pain back up a little bit. So I think a couple more days of resting it pretty much will be beneficial, and by Tuesday should be pretty good to get going again. Nothing. Yeah. Our raid out today is just going to be 2 games done quick.
Joe, thank you very much.
No special raids or anything. I'm just gonna jump you guys over to GDQ to watch the end of the event. Yeah. And I will be back on Monday with the Mecha Chameleon collaboration with Ven. And then on Tuesday, we'll be back with the continuing .hack outbreak. Yeah. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, and pop over to the GDQ link right there in chat, and yeah, check out the end of the marathon.
That's been a delight. I can't wait to sleep.
Alrighty, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Yes, I definitely will. Like that lady, I can't wait to sleep. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Nari out.